sound? Did I turn off the sound? Sound is on. We have sound. Right? We have sound. And we have a picture.
Good. Would you like a medal? Oh, and I'm sorry, the medal machine is out of order. It's like McDonald's ice cream machine. It's never freaking repaired, never fixed. And nobody gives a damn.
And these days, no one's gonna fix it anyways, because everyone's inside. Because they're too afraid to go outside, but they think they're gonna get sick.
Is the ice cream machine inside?
Now
Now
my stream is lagging.
Also be inside?
My stream
Well,
is...
like I said, as long as it's not like
No, my stream is lagging in general. I think it was just my stream on the... Now it's dropping frames.
better internet.
I had good internet. Why is it dropping frames lately? Like, it's been like really crazy. Last time too. And I've not had this issue before, so it feels like it's something else. Probably the fucking latest Windows update that came.
Could be. You drop more frames than Cup drops furry memes.
No, that's impossible.
For reference, Cup is a friend of ours who is a furry, and yes, he drops a lot of the time, and he just all the time with some type of meme about it, like, okay. Yeah, no, I don't need to listen to a podcast when I'm doing a podcast. Thank you, phone. Music of my own, listening to it, and it's just like, oh, you're listening to this podcast. Like, I am doing a podcast.
I am the podcast.
I am the hype. Anyway. So hello. Welcome to this one, episode 17, where we both have some antagonizing titles once again. It's been a little while since we've done this, and yeah. Oh boy. We're gonna get into some heated topics on this one because obviously somebody needs to learn that playing a certain game does not make you a furry.
I mean,
absolutely can definitely, and that is whatever the hell Cup plays. Because it's yours all in mine.
The one video that you can't upload, or you may upload, that Cup wanted. You remember that game? I don't remember the game.
Yeah. It was a furry visual novel. The only reason why I even had that recorded was because he was a part of it and he wanted it to be done. And I'm like, fine. And obviously the whole thing corrupted. Which I actually figured out that my entire like software for Elgato, the main thing for the capture card, videos will corrupt every time it's being used. So I can't use that anymore to record. I have to use Streamlabs or OBS, whatever. I have to record with it. Because streams are fine. There's never an issue with those. It only is an issue in that software. I don't know why.
I'm gonna turn off my PlayStation right now.
I mean, maybe it's an issue with the Intel drivers. Maybe need to update those. I haven't actually done that in a while. Probably should. That's actually probably my problem. Is Intel graphics drivers need to be updated.
You know, when you're trying to watch something on your phone that needs internet, can be very good to turn on the internet. Just so you know.
Never thought of it like that. I always thought it went into an offline cache mode where somehow it downloaded something from a non-existent internet and then you were able to watch it as if you were.
Or something starts downloading without you asking.
Yeah, that happens. I'm pretty sure that's called a virus.
No, I think it's called No Man's Sky.
Unless it's an update. It's called what?
No Man's Sky. And that game downloaded for no fucking reason.
That is also called a virus. It's called PlayStation.
Ooh. You talk about the Xbox virus that sent me like 20 fucking notifications on my phone because I fucking got an achievement that I completed like a week ago?
I'll admit the achievement system on Xbox is horrifically broken. I will admit that it is awful. But honestly, I don't really care because I still get them anyway, and it's still a part of it. So why should I care? The thing is, it won't show the achievement all the time, but it'll always update your score. So whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome again. I'm going to be reading chat. Okay. Okay. Deported into the sun. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works.
I can't read his chat today because my internet is not having fun. I may be able to go
You can't read?
No, that
That's not surprising.
I'm gonna have to kill you if you don't say nice, okay?
It's not my fault your Discord's lagging.
I think it's just
Oh, and
in
if you
general.
haven't noticed, I'm sure somebody has noticed by now. Probably not because you're probably not even caring. Another thing about a podcast is why would you keep the video portion of it up? It's probably good enough to be like go into the tab, turn it on, and then go to another tab and go do something else while just listening. A lot of people do it. Perfectly fine. Why the hell would you watch a podcast? Makes no sense. Unless it's a video one that actually shows them in the room. That's different.
Oh, that can be why I'm dropping frames. Also, it's like Streamlabs in general is having so much overload at this point of time because people are home.
Ah, good point. That's another thing. Streamlabs, Discord as well, because Candy just brought up Discord is having issues. A lot of like internet services are having plenty of issues because that is contact or doing their own thing. It's like, even like musicians or some that would go on tour, they're using Twitch or something like that for streaming. Like they stream their performances instead.
Yeah.
Which honestly, why the hell didn't they do that in the first place? That'd been awesome. I mean, imagine why don't people? Hold on, I want to get into this. Why don't people who do live events? I know it's a point like, oh, the exclusivity. Like, why don't you have some events where you stream it? Like, let's say a concert or something. Stream the concert, and then the idea of paying for it is to go there and then be there for the experience. Like that's how that is, and stream
Yeah.
the rest online. We have that for E3. We have that for a lot of game conferences. I think even RTX does that a lot. Seriously, what's the problem?
And then you have those that does pay per view, like stuff like that. Like the when there were big like UFC matches, like they did pay per view. Like you can do that too. Like you can not only can you have a live show, you can have like for people home at the same time, making them pay.
That just reminded me. Did you see the latest thing about WrestleMania? Like, did you
No.
see what's going on with that? Because of the whole virus thing going around, they literally had a no audience show, no live audience at all. No one was there, but it was all streamed, like through TV and all that. It just no one was in the audience, but there was a wrestle match going on. It's like what the hell?
Yeah, they have done that with soccer also lately. Like
It's just like, you know what? No one come to the event, but we will put it on TV for those to watch. It's just like that. A lot of these events, like everything, like again, wrestling or like sports, they kind of thrive on the idea of having an audience because they're like the main thing. It's the audience going nuts over something. You don't really get that. It's just like a quiet thing happening. And then like especially in wrestling, just imagine that. Just like, oh, this stuff happens. Oh, he's doing commentary, and you're just like, no screams. It's very quiet in here. It's like so awkward. Like usually there's people screaming out their lungs about like whatever the hell's going on, but it's just like
I've lost my fucking second phone. Or I've lost my first phone. My second is beside me, but I don't know where my first phone is. Oh, it's over there. Okay, I found it. Don't worry, I'm not crazy. You're crazy. I didn't kill him.
I don't really see a point of a race being postponed because a lot of those are also streamed, like through TV or something.
Yeah. And they
could literally again have no audience, just them racing around.
Yeah, and I mean they don't even hear the fucking cheer.
Racers. I mean, then again, there are like a ton of racers in that, so we're not the best of ideas because that is a lot of people still in one area.
I mean, I
But,
get
like,
because
say wrestling or something, there's like 6 or 7 or
yeah,
10.
but in like racing, it's like you have your team. You have a team of
Yeah, like the whole team of people who like do the pit stops and everything, so that also makes sense. Then you have
then you have the other
again, like,
teams around.
tons of freaking, and then they also have like tons of racers in general. So I kind of see
Yeah,
that.
so yeah, like I mean, it's kind of that. I mean, but hey, I feel too much of this stuff is like I get the idea of not spreading the virus, but it's like also getting over the top at the moment. Like, oh, we need to close down everything because the risk of spreading. Like, I promise you, just because you force people at sitting at home, it's not gonna work anyways because they're gonna have to go outside one day to go get food.
Apparently, somebody has heard of DoorDash and Uber Eats.
But who's need to go out and get the food? Who's need to drive that? A human being.
Yeah, a couple people, one person,
Yeah.
or driving around doing that, and then you have the store, which is very vacant. That's fine. And at the same time, if you're, it's not really a problem if you're going out and just like quickly doing all these things because most of the time there's barely any interaction as it is.
Yeah,
But
it's like the one person you talk with is the cashier because it's like, okay, thanks, and
I mean, there's that. Or at the same time, it's actually going to like a self checkout. Like you can still do that, no problem.
the nearby store that we have doesn't have a checkout because it's like it's just
Unless it's,
look
if it's a convenience store, that's a different story.
yeah, that's it. It's a convenience
You're not
because
wrong.
it's like it's only for like we have our supermarkets where we have like our everything.
You keep talking. I'm gonna see if it's still there.
Stream runs for me.
Well, I'm saying if mine's gone. It says it's gone.
Yeah, I'm watching yours. It's still here for me.
Yeah.
I don't know about
What
mine,
are you
but
watching it on?
mine says it's still streaming. It's dropping frames, but that's it.
Yeah, what's that?
Huh?
Whoa. Yeah, it's still there for me.
Yeah, as I said,
Yeah, it
I
just
think
started.
it's like in general.
Ah, okay.
No, it's just not having issues at the moment. They always have issues. It's not like issues 2 right now. It's like you do always have issues.
True. So lately they're gonna have more issues because we saw the thing about
Yeah,
how,
and people's responses was like, "Oh, so you're gonna leave a broken system when because of this? Great job, YouTube."
Basically what they're gonna be doing is obviously that they're going to have all of the actual human reviewers of your content to go home, and they're still gonna be working from home, but the problem is because of that it's gonna be very limited between like if you're gonna get a human reviewer or not. It's extremely limited, so most of the time it's just gonna be the automated one, which always becomes an issue because
Welcome to YouTube.
obviously, yeah, so there is that. And even YouTube themselves has said that this is probably going to give a lot of false positives, and like false claims, strikes, whatever.
So
They
nothing
even
new.
said it themselves that they know it. Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. They never admitted it. They always were just like, "Oh, well, we'll try to get this fixed," or "Oh no, I'm sorry, but we can't really do anything about that because it's deserving." But now they literally are just like, "Oh, we know that our system is terrible and it just does all the wrong choices."
why are you dirty, controller? The fuck happened to? My controller was randomly dirty. I don't know why.
Because dust
It's,
and other stuff.
it's not dust. It was like
Maybe your food. Speaking of food, I should have some.
I don't have. I've
That's
already
pretty
eaten
good.
tonight. Oh, I just ate before, like
That's
an
nice.
hour ago.
You're gonna be hearing a rapper, by the way.
I have a Powerade today.
I had a Dr. Pepper, but I drank it all.
You know.
It's in a can. It's tiny.
Yeah, I don't like those. Like, I don't know. These days, like, I can't drink a can anymore. Like, it feels like it's goes too fast down. Like
Mm.
you've been drinking, and then randomly it's like gone, and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
It is.
Also, no, you go ahead.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Like, how the fuck do you get copyright for your own music? Like, great job.
That's a YouTube system, and just like, oh, well, look at this, just got a copyright. Your own music gets copyrighted. Again, for a little bit of reference, Marty O'Donnell, the person who composed the original trilogy and Reach, ODST, whatever, the older Halos before 343 got a hold of it. He composed all the music for it, and he got a copyright claim recently for his own music.
It's so
Like,
dumb.
he put his own music in it, and it got copyrighted. Like, he owns the rights to the music. He
Well,
owns partial
technically,
rights.
Microsoft owns all the rights,
Yeah,
but
but he gets partial rights because he composed. Like, they've given him the rights to, show off the music or something. He can put it in a video or whatever because it's technically still his music at the same time. So he's allowed to use it as long as he's not trying to whatever. I don't know. He still gets money off of the music. Like little royalty checks or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, composers are a part of the copyright. So he still gets his money off of it. But he's getting copyrighted for his own music. So how does that work? It's like, oh, you're not going to gain any of your money because it's going to go to the copyright holder. Like, but I am the copyright holder. How does that work?
What
Does
if?
he still get his money for not getting the money? How does that work?
I mean, it's like you get the
But then, like,
copyright.
he doesn't necessarily need to appeal it because he still gets his money. It's going to go to the copyright holder, and then it's going to go to him because he's still a part of it. That's not right.
Welcome to the world of technology, where we still fucking fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of technology and fuck ups, I don't know if any of you noticed, but if you look at my stream, there's kind of a fuck up going on.
Yeah, if
So
you
it
have not
could also
noticed.
be because both Streamlabs and Discord are having issues. Yeah, the overlay doesn't work right now. The one for where it shows us when when we're talking or whatever. And I literally just took a screenshot from a past video, and then I just put it on the screen, so you can absolutely tell it's there and it's not right. But I did.
But if you have not
Later, I'll make a
noticed
better
it by
fallback
now,
image,
it's
like, I'll
because
get the
you don't
icons.
really notice it before either. So,
It depends if your video is extremely blurry. If that's the case, you'll never notice it. But if not, if it's in good enough quality, you can see it. You can see that it does not match at all correctly with the background. So I literally just screenshot, cropped it a little bit, and that's it. But later I'll try to get a like an actual just circular icons for both of us and just have that as our fallback.
yeah. I don't have mine because mine broke down long ago, so I only have my beautiful blue background that I fucking love and cherish with my whole heart. I know I have a heart, guys. It's surprising.
But do you?
No, I sold it to the devil.
Mm.
Because I didn't pay much for it.
You pay like $30.
I feel like I didn't get paid at all. It was like 5 cents.
You sure? You sure that's not what you got with that one game of yours?
I'm getting bullied here, guys. And he's here, Mr. No Dignity himself. At least I know what I am. I know who I am. I think I know who I am. What year is
You
it?
sure? I'm sure you know who you are.
No.
You have an identity crisis over there?
I mean, existential crisis, that I do have like every time I play a new weird fucking game I get from Keymailer. Like, why the fuck did I get this game?
A fucking tower defense game from Terminals. I'm like, why the hell did I apply for this code? Why? I don't know if I want this.
I mean,
I got it.
No, or you get the game, you play the game, then you're like, why did I request this game?
Mm-hmm.
Now my brain just stopped working for a second. I was like, what's going on? Like, yeah, that is why. Okay.
Don't worry, that's nothing new. It happens every time. Have you ever heard of hitting the reset button? Might help you.
You have done this so many
Don't worry.
times, I think that's why I'm fucking broken down. My arm
Greatest
hurt.
reset button. It involves a bat and yeah, try not to duck.
I'm not a duck. I'm a cat.
I don't see how that works in general. And just so you know, YouTube later or Twitch or whatever, that is not a threat. Why? I kind of hate that when it comes down to it. You say one little thing, they think, oh god, you just threatened them. Like, I did not threaten him. I just said that
Yeah.
I know a good way
I
to
was
reset his brain, and that's a bat to the head. I didn't say I was going to do it. But he could do it if he wanted to. I'm not going to do it.
I mean, I have threatened a few fictional characters, but if people get offended by that, the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know.
I kind of hate people that like get so offended by, oh hey, you threatened someone that doesn't exist. Now you are a bad, like, the person doesn't exist. Like, I don't know how many times I have threatened fucking Silica and want her to die. I even have a fucking clip I saved on Twitch of me threatening her. Quite literally. I just told her that I wanted her to die in a fucking fire,
Just to
so.
let you know, his social links are in the description of my YouTube. So if you have any type of deal, go down there.
Why would we want to go to your social stuff?
No, your social links. If you have any complaints.
If you have any complaints, go to his social links in the description.
You don't have anything to live for. It doesn't exist.
Oh, my living is to destroy people's lives. Telling people that certain jokes are okay, then they got offended, and I continue telling them, but it's okay. Like, and they're like, no, it's not like, but if it's a joke, it's a joke. It's not meant to be serious, so it's okay. That's also why I can say what I want and do what I want, because I don't take. I have too little fear when it comes to people. Like, I have learned to, like, people are too dumb, too fucked up to really be bothered with. So it's like, if I say something, it's because I want to say it. It's literally what I said. I said one thing yesterday that I was like, I shouldn't have said that, but I'm gonna keep it there. Because why not? But it was like 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. I think it was actually fucking yesterday.
This title is working perfectly. Questionable habits.
What was your title again?
That you have questionable habits.
What? You watch anime? I watch anime.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, because I'm gonna tell you why, and because I wanna get down with this because it was a fucking amazing show I watched. So basically, I hate kid characters in almost any show. Like, because they often
because you watch the shows that have annoying kid characters. Which
well,
is
that's
it's kind
like
of
every fucking like every anime these days. Like every fucking kid, it's gonna be annoying. You're like,
because
kid.
it's a trope. It's like a thing to put in one. You
Yeah.
can't have an anime without an annoying kid.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to check up what I actually said, but it said something about a kid that was kind of fucked up, but it was like, but let
I don't know
me.
if we want that on the podcast at this point, because knowing you.
Hey, remember, it's me. I'm normal. I promise.
Are you? Are you normal? Are you average?
What?
You the average Joe?
I'm not average. You're average. Do you remember what I
Your
said?
face is average.
Oh, do you remember what I said yesterday? Because I forgot already what I said yesterday.
What's about yesterday?
No, wait,
Scroll
here
up.
it is.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. For fuck's sake, I'm starting to get weak for kid characters.
And immediately I had a comment on that one, like, that does not sound good. Out of context.
Yeah, and I was like, I know, because I realized that when I said it, and he was like, and yet you kept it there. And I was like,
Yeah.
yep.
Yet you decided to keep it like that. Like, does not sound very good, buddy.
But then because if I say something fucked up, I want it to stay because I feel like if you're gonna delete it, you just delete something that is part of you. Like, yes, you have said it and you live up to your own shape.
Said the kids are a little wholesome.
Nah,
Like you thought that kid was wholesome. Like, oh,
nah.
the platonic adorable, platonic cute, however you want to say. Oh.
Yeah, and then I said later on, like, this, she's so adorable in not a weird way. Because if
The fact that you had to say that though, because usually when you say kids adorable, obviously you mean like, just cute kid, cool, nothing bad about it.
But I didn't say that it was, I said she's adorable in not a weird way. Because if I say not, because then they think I'm like, wait a second, is he thinking about...
That is the thing with you though. You always say someone's adorable, but you never really know what you mean by that.
Exactly, that's the point about it. But so, if people don't know what I'm talking about Somali and the forest spirit. It's an anime.
Say that. It'd go much faster said in English.
Yeah, I think the fucking Japanese one is a little bit longer. And I don't remember the exact name. Anyways.
I have not watched that ever.
No, it's new. So I think it came out this year. At the beginning of...
I think I'm thinking of something.
It came out in January sometime. I think the last episode comes next week. And I was kind of sad because I was like... That was 11 episodes and the last episode comes like in a week. Good. But yeah, it was a good anime. Like, normally when I watch, like I normally don't watch anime that I see, like, but often what Crunchyroll on Twitter promotes is like the bigger animes. That's why I felt like when Somali and the Forest Spirit.
Exactly. Big.
What? You lagged.
I said Konosuba is not very well known. It is actually, but I mean, it's not like, oh god, oh, freaking.
Yeah, but it's like, what was it? The Rising Child Hero became pretty big.
Like,
yeah, but
promote anything that's new.
They promote a lot of new stuff, and that's the thing. But often they promote stuff they knew would be popular, and that's why I'm like, I don't want to really watch it. I think I watched Dr. Stone. I don't know why I watched that, but it gave me
some. You started watching because you got like a free trial for Crunchyroll, and you're just like, I'll try these things.
Yeah, and then I was like, I think I started watching one show. I've watched Attack on Titans. Then I was like, what should I watch now? And then I watched like Dr. Stone. I was like, okay, so this is a good show. Then I started watching Fire Forge. Didn't finish that because I stopped the trial because on PC, by some reason, I have issues. Like, it's the only website I have issues on.
They have issues everywhere. Even
no. Like, on phone, I had no issues. It was sometimes it lagged, but it was like, I think it was my Wi-Fi being terrible.
I can do it. Not to get to like watching the highest quality. Usually how it works on a lot of stuff, which is another good note for here. Try not to watch in the highest quality. Doesn't always go well. You should go for like 720 or 480. Those are the best things to watch stuff in.
Well, our quality in general is just 160. In general quality of the stream or podcast.
Watching like 100p or something. for some reason that's a freaking option. I'm like, okay.
100. I want to see how fucking terrible that looks.
No, 800 something. Like 800 something p, and I'm like, not bad. Actually looks pretty good. It's a step up from 720, but a step lower than 1080. Obviously, it's in the middle.
There's 1000p? What?
No, 800.
Oh.
800p. Like 820, 60.
Why?
It's like 860. I don't know why it's an option, but it is. It's like just right in between them two.
Well, what?
Alright.
I mean, I normally watch 720 on my stuff because I think that's the highest I can go, and mostly because I don't think my monitor I have actually supports 1080 by some reason.
I need to check that out. Even my little 7-inch monitor can handle 1080. Come on now.
Yeah, I think
Never put it to that because everything's freaking tiny as hell and you can't see it, but whatever.
Yeah, but I think it's because I don't have an HDMI cable.
Wait, you don't connect your PC through HDMI?
No, I use another. I don't remember
The blue
DVI.
one, VGA?
Yeah.
Oh, it's VGA that is not good to be using. If it's DVI, that's perfect.
I think it's DVI. I think I have a DVI, but it's not.
DVI is not. I mean, it's perfectly okay. It's digital, so that's fine.
Right.
Well, yeah. You can
So
totally use
back to my review. That was like meant to happen because I was gonna talk about what I think about the anime because I'm a weeb, and if you didn't know that I was a weeb, how could you have missed it? Like,
And that's
how?
why he popped in here immediately going off about him being a weeb.
Basically,
All of
like,
and evil. Stop listening.
Yeah.
Cause like meh, anime talk.
Yeah, but yeah. So of course there's a kid in the show. If you didn't get the point of the show, there's this kid.
Cool.
Yes, and she's adorable as fuck. In
Alright.
not a weird way.
Choice of words.
Do you say it's weird?
I said it. Nah, your choice of words.
You should some word. Yeah. Hey, she's like 8, okay? I think she's 8. They never established her age. I think she's like 5 in the first scene, but I think she's like 8 in the rest. I'm not sure because it's like
really questionable.
really questionable. Just let me make a phone call really quick.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the FBI?
The Federal Bureau Investigation.
Yeah, I've heard of those folks.
Ha! Luckily I'm from Sweden.
Oh, they do international calls, my friend.
No, I think that would be CIA in this case.
True. Not really.
No, because that's so weird. But yeah, so Somaliland the Forest is basically about this little girl and her, I would say, dad in quotation marks, but in like it's a golem, and not like
Okay.
I don't know how to
Culture increased.
what.
No, keep going. You got this.
I'm trying to figure out how to explain. It's just like a golem. I don't know what to. It's not like one of those classic. I don't know what to say. What is a golem? What is a golem actually? What's the definition of a golem?
I don't know.
Isn't that the fucking Jewish creature that is made from mud?
What?
Yeah.
Be Jewish.
Hey, there's this legend about this Jewish thing. I think it's a golem that they make. They made.
Golem is like way before that.
Yeah, but it's one of their creatures is a golem. It's like one of their. It's a clay creature that was like meant to defend the Jewish people.
I don't know.
Nor do I. That's why I'm trying to figure out what the fucking color
Oh,
means.
no, I'm not Jewish.
Nor am
don't
I.
believe in the culture.
I'm barely
Everybody
fucking
has
Christian here.
I'm neither.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but yeah.
continue about your show.
And as far as I know, like, or well, I know almost the whole show except the end because the last episode comes next week.
That's what you get for binging.
Yeah, but that was because
It's kind of like the good and bad of like watching a TV show of any kind. It's always just you can either watch it live, and obviously you get that weekly
Yeah.
buffer, or whenever it goes into like that tiny bit of off season, it's like, oh, it'll come out next month or a few months, or hey, you'll see the next episode next year, like mid-season finale for some weird reason because that exists. Cool, let's keep going.
basically
Like,
the
you
last
have
3
those.
seasons
You have that
of
little,
SEO.
I guess.
Like,
And it's
oh,
just
Allegation War of the Underworld, Allegation War of the Underworld Part 2, Season 2, like, so basically it's the same fucking
Well, no,
thing.
Part 2 would make sense. They just said season 2.
Yeah.
So season 3, 2.
Yeah, it's like season, like, but is that the War of the Underworld Season 2 of Allegation? And when does it make Part 2
Make
then?
any sense because Allegation is on its own show. It's a 3rd season. You can't have a season of a season. You can have a core of a season.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, if you say it like this, of the Allegation, I would say Allegation ways, Allegation is Season 1, in Allegation,
part.
the first part of Allegation is the Season 1, and then you have War of the Underworld.
But I mean, you can't say season because it's not a season.
But it's
It's the part or core.
Yeah. But here's the thing, they call this, apparently, I don't know if it's then, but technically War of the Underworld is Season 2, but then they like decides to break it mid and be like, oh, and this is Season 2 of War of the Underworld, like, but isn't that like Season 4 of SEO?
I don't know, they're stupid. Anyway, keep it going. Yeah, you and your shows. So,
I don't want to spoil too much, but it's basically they are on a journey to find humans. And
that is a lot of different plots from a lot of different shows and games and everything else. Oh, hey, look, a human, or like this mixture of something, or hey, we're just these like creatures, entities, whatever. Let's go find us some other people, because what the hell?
yeah, but here's the thing: she's the only human in the whole show, basically. As far as I know, because again, I've not seen last episode. This is not out yet.
Alright then.
I probably exist in Japanese somewhere, but the subbed version doesn't exist.
That's usually how that works.
Yeah, so basically it's like, if anyone reads my title, and you're gonna question why I'm watching this show, because this is like literally also a show with a lot of animals. It's not like normal animals that doesn't talk. It's talking animals.
Beastars. I don't know why in the... That is one show I would never... I'm just not gonna. I think it'd be kind of dumb.
To watch what?
Beastars.
What's that? Oh yeah, that furry show that is on Netflix now.
Yeah, no thank you.
I mean, Copper said it was good, so...
Yeah, I mean, he is a furry.
Yeah, but I'm...
likes JoJo. Anyone who likes JoJo, get out of here.
And I was offending the next fandom. I think that was the first fandom we've offended today. When are we gonna offend the furry ones?
I don't like JoJo because it's kind of dumb. Also, I don't like the art style. No, that's me.
Yeah, that's the thing. The art style looks terrible. Like, I don't normally hate art. Like, art... All animes have... I think most animes have amazing art styles. Then you have JoJo and you're like... The fuck?
Looks very... bleh. I mean, honestly, it depends on like the time that it was written or illustrated, but Still looks dumb to me.
I mean,
But,
it's
you know,
like
that's me.
it's like me now about, as I said, I've said this on in Discord. It's like I don't like the new Pokemon series, like the new Pokemon
Yeah, I don't really-
animations.
I
Like,
don't really like that either, but that's only because we grew up with the originals. And
yeah,
now we have
but
the new
also
stuff.
I feel like it's not only because it's like it doesn't feel like it's fresh. It just feel like they tried to make it fresh, but like they failed.
In a way, it kind of feels like someone tried to copy
It,
more than it being the real thing. I mean, I don't really know when it comes to the actual Pokemon itself, but when I see anyone else, like the actual people who were in the original show, just these don't really mix up together.
I mean,
But that's the original show because that's honestly the only one I watched. I didn't watch the continuations.
hey, remember Ash is the oldest 10-year-old.
Clearly,
What?
so
1990s.
badly that they actually rebooted them, which is literally what happened in the new show. Is it's a reboot.
Hmm.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, actually, we remember there was some
mother actually follows. Like that's not how that works. Pokemon trainers don't have mothers that actually follow. They usually stay home, and the dad is non-existent.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like,
And or
uh,
every single every single like trainer kid, all had that one dad that said, "Hey, door for some cigarettes."
mhm.
Never came back.
Yeah. So, if you have you watched the new
I'm sorry,
Mewtwo Strikes Back?
because you know that's you know for kids.
Uh,
Anyway,
have you seen the new Mewtwo Strikes Back evolution?
no,
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't seen any Pokemon thing, and the last Pokemon thing I saw was Detective Pikachu, and that is the only thing I've seen in the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, I watched. That was what I stopped with. Like, I'm not kidding. As I told you last time, I have stopped watching a little bit now because I stopped at Pokemon Black. No, yeah, Black and White. I'm at episode 4. I'm at movie 14A because it's two 14s. Because it's the same fucking story twice, but with two different legendary Pokemons with the same storyline.
Oh, if we're talking about actual games, yeah,
No, not the games, the movies.
literally-
Like the
I
movies.
don't know about that, but
14 Black and White, the movies. There's two that it's the same story, but with two different Pokemon as legendaries in each.
work. I get making two different games. Actually, I don't get making two different games, but at the same time, making freaking two different movies where it's the exact same movie but with slightly bit of different. It's like that doesn't make any sense. It would only make sense if you had a one-time view where it's just like you can only watch one of these. You pick, and once you watch the other one, there is nothing that will allow you to watch the other one. That
Well,
would
if
be
they have made,
most-
say, like what they did with Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, like they make a remake from an old version of, like an old movie, and change a little bit, like that's also fine. I like that with Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. It's like it was the same
probably
base,
fine, but
like it's the same movie, new graphic. Didn't like the graphic that much, but it was a good, decent graphic. But it's like,
3D.
huh?
Isn't that one in 3D?
I don't know.
Or that's still 2D? Well, I'm saying, doesn't it use like 3D models, or does it still use the 2D?
I think it's 3D models now. I think
Well, yeah,
the
so I'm
last
asking,
3 movies
Watched it.
is 3D. All
What was
3
that
of them.
like? Is it actual 3D or is it 2D like the shows?
Well,
You would know.
I don't. I have not watched the show. I only watched the movies. Watched
Well,
the.
the show is in 2D. You would know that.
Yeah, but
I'm saying completely 3D. There's a difference in 2D and 3D. The whole definition. Come on.
and that's why we watch movies in 4D.
Yeah, we don't really do that.
Did you remember that when that was a thing?
That was like a big thing. It still kind of is. Like you can still get it in some places, maybe like IMAX theaters or something. But it's not
Like,
really a thing anymore. It's like lost its interest.
yeah, I watched the.
Next thing you know, we're gonna have VR movies where it's like, oh hey, go to your seat. You have like a lot of space in between you, and put on this headset. Here's your controllers. You can just do that to sort of, or not even really controllers. So you just, oh hey, it's all VR movie. it's 360 degrees. Oh wait, that means that if I look behind me, well, I can't see what's in front of me. I'm just like missing. God, imagine that actually. Having to watch a movie that you paid for that's in 360 degrees, but the problem is that you're going to be missing some things because you're looking somewhere else.
But that would be that basically that you are the that would make you the main character. Like the idea is that you are basically you can't do anything, but you're the main character.
I wouldn't
So
really say I wouldn't really put you as the main character. It'd be better to put you as and maybe you could like you can physically move anywhere, but you can look around and your body would move on its own. Like, you look around and it moves in the environment. That'd be
yeah,
actually kind of really cool. But at the same time, it's I would say like an out of body experience. Like you're just like some ghost that's just like looking around, and you're looking around in these areas while the movie is going on. So you're able to just like see the
you know,
characters, look around a little bit, maybe even move. Like give you the option, like, oh hey, I want to move over to this area. Cool. Like it would have a restricted area where you can't move outside of, but just these little tiny areas.
it's probably gonna be a possibility if they continue like this. We
I'd
kind of
say it could be, but at the same time, it'd be extremely expensive because you have to create a 3D environment for them to work in rather than just, compositing everything together like they're doing it now. You have to have a completely 3D environment that you can get the movie to work in, which in a sense would be making a video game type movie.
yeah.
I'd say it could happen for a couple movies here and there, but if that becomes the standard definition way to, it's not very good.
Hey, think about watching Jurassic World in that way.
I'm saying it would go from like what? How much is a movie being made for these days? Like 300 million, depending on like let's say MCU's budget, 300 million, 300 billion. I don't know what their freaking budget is. Point is, they have a very huge budget. That would basically double or triple if they had to do the whole. I don't know. But back to the 4D idea, I don't really know what that whole hype was about. I've only been to two 4D movies, maybe. One was just like a trailer to a theme park or something, so it wasn't much. And then the other one was an actual movie. It's like, okay, cool.
I watched Spy Kids in 4D.
I watched it in 3D, which that's when 3D was actually
No, not the
3D.
3D one. There was like the latest one that came out when they were adults.
4?
Yeah.
Spy Kids 4? Makes sense to actually have that as 4D, because Spy Kids 4D.
Yeah.
See, that's one thing I actually like that they did. It's like, oh, Spy Kids 3 in 3D, because Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah, and that was, oh god, remember those old fucking glasses you had back then in that time?
But those were so much better. I mean, obviously they give you more headaches, but I mean, it's just honestly those were better when it came to 3D, because honestly they turned into real 3D later, and that was just stupid. Like I don't understand why. I mean, they had the original one, the blue, the cyan and the red, or green and pink, or blue and yellow. Those were like the colors that they used either way. Point being, back then everything was really 3D. It really pop out. Real 3D, it just looks like the screen is just like pushed inward. So you can like, if you look at the edges of the screen, it looks like it's like, I don't know, like you just push the screen back. That's mainly all they do these days. Some movies, like I think the Force Awakens or something, like I think I looked at that in 3D. It's like, ooh, like it actually pops out just a little bit, but never like Spy Kids 3D was that one time. There's the scene where that power up for whatever, like the grandpa comes out, like the pink one, and it's just like really stretched out, like out to the screen. Like I was in the back of the theater at that point, and it was just like super stretched out in front of, like, good god. And when the time like popped out of like their chest or whatever, like their live count, and it just like popped out, like, oh, that was a real good 3D experience. Here lately, nobody wants to do a really good 3D experience for anything. Like, just make it a little bit more 3D. I mean, obviously you have to cater your scenes to it, but there are scenes that would work great with it, but they just don't do. I mean, there's some that really work good with it.
I'm not lying, like, I'm the fucking 3D commercial we saw in the cinemas is fucking way better than the movies.
Right.
Like if you ever had one of those, there was like this one drink commercial that had like fruits flying around it. That looks fucking amazing because it looked like it was closed. But then you watch the movie, it's like nothing feels like it's close. It was just like, okay, you just
Like I
pop.
said, most of the 3D experiences these days is literally just they push the screen back a little bit. Like it looks like, again, if you look at the edges, it looks like if the side of the movie is on those edges, like as if it creates a box instead of just a like flat square. It looks like a pushed in cube, like you're the inside of the cube and you're just seeing a little bit of the left and right edges. That's the only 3D you get these days. You don't really get anything good.
Yeah. I mean that's because I get the idea if it's too expensive, but like still you can still make it good in a like if you just want to, but they don't want to. Like
Right.
think about it. The Marvel movies probably would look amazing in 3D if they wanted it to be properly in
Yeah,
3D.
the newer ones were actually kind of alright. Not too great, but they're alright. Like Infinity War and Endgame. I don't know about the rest. I don't even know if I watched those in 3D. I think I watched them in 2D. I don't remember.
You are 2D.
No, you. Anyway.
That would be a fucking weird thing. Think about only be able to see people in 2D. Like that would be so weird. Like if they turn around, you wouldn't see a 3D version. You would just see like a flat fucking thing turn around.
That'd be everything though, so there is literally no depth in second dimension. No
Yeah.
depth at all. It's always just flat. How does that work entirely? Because what it basically is if like you're looking through, well, no, because even to a person in say anime or something or a cartoon, to them they still have depth like in there, but in actual 2D sense it's all flat. So how
Would
does that
we
work?
still see it in 3D or would we be in 2D and see it in 2D? That's fucking messing with me right now. How would it
Yeah, that's
work?
messing with me
Like,
too. There's like no depth.
yeah.
I mean, it could literally look like you're looking at a piece of paper that just like has some drawings on and like no depth added to the background. It looks like the background is literally a part of them. That could probably be what the 2D would be. Like everything in like everything behind, say the person you're looking at, literally looks like it's a part of them instead of it actually look like it's behind them. So maybe that's what the 2D would do, and that'd be that
But
sense.
who would it be if
1D,
you
however,
like?
obviously that'd just be a circle, like a dot. That's all 1D is. It's like a dot
You are a
or like one
dot.
line.
You're a dot on this earth.
So are you.
But I'm a cuter dot than you.
Nope. Nope.
Hmm.
We some ugly dots.
I'm a fucking adorable, okay?
Hell no.
I can go get the fucking Discord message where you called us all adorable.
I wasn't really talking to you on that one. Alright. Anyway. So we talked about our little dimensions and our mind games and Spy Kids out of nowhere. Still good movies, which, by the way, I might actually add that to our marathon list that I now have a way to do. 2 ways, actually. So we'll speak of that later.
We need to see if we can get Castle to casted. Whatever
I
the
don't think
fucking.
it's just cast, but it's just like I don't realize that that's gonna work very well. I did find some recently, but it has some limitations. It's called MetaStream.
Oh.
I actually quite like it. Me and Evil have tried it, and it does very good quality, but for a good reason. All MetaStream is it syncs it together. So in order to actually use it, both people or everyone who's there has to use like have their own like account or whatever. So say you're watching Netflix or Hulu, you have to have your own account in order to watch. So basically, it would sync your thing together, and there you go. Like you can actually, it has its own little browser. So you search through like, oh hey, add Netflix, and it would open up the Netflix page. You pick what you're gonna watch, put add to session, and then it pops up for everyone on a little player, and there you go. But again, both of you or everyone who's watching has to have a Netflix account.
Yeah.
So
God
that's
fucking
kind
damn
of
it.
nice.
I need to wait till summer for Disney Plus, and I'm sad.
Yeah, there is that. And then the Discord Go Live is also an option. It is a thing that
Yeah.
can be used.
Well, we're gonna have to
So,
reset.
it wasn't
Here's
too
the,
bad,
and now
but
it's gonna be fucking. I feel like that's gonna take a while until the virus dies or people dies. Either the virus
people
dies or
dies, then I don't think that's gonna help us.
yes,
with
because
the
less
quality of
people on
work.
Discord.
Yeah, but then there's less people working on Discord.
No,
And there's
I
maybe the
don't
servers are
say
gonna
that people on Discord's gonna die. I said people using Discord's gonna die.
That's what I'm saying. But if people in general are dying, then obviously it would affect the people who are working on it at the same time. So therefore, we're gonna have less like better service. We're gonna have worse service, and we're gonna have less people using that service.
So
it
we
kinda
should
goes hand in hand
nuke
as if it's going
China.
down. No,
Well, I tried.
that is a. What is the people going on about that?
I don't know. I heard that too. Like people apparently
China,
blame
like,
everything on China right now. It's like,
because apparently it originated there or something. Like,
yeah,
who
it started
cares?
there, but it's not their fault that it
I mean,
spread. Like,
anything, any virus or whatever can start somewhere. It's the fault of the people who will continuously spread it. Maybe it spread it from China to somewhere else, but it's the next person's fault who spread it to another area. Then it's that area's fault who spread it to the next area.
like,
If we knew about this to begin with, we could have isolated immediately and could have stopped it spread from there.
it probably would have still spread, but maybe not as fast because
Yeah.
it probably could be. But
We've had different. We've had different like places that would actually work out nice. Honestly, I don't know when it came to spread, but now, as of the moment, every freaking place has it right now.
but it's also
That is normal coronavirus. That's the other thing. Coronavirus isn't exactly what we have. What we have is called COVID-19. It's a different strand, and it's also SARS.
yeah, it's SARS
That's the
too.
actual thing, basically. But it's called SARS COVID-19, not just coronavirus. But it is technically that.
Here's the thing. It's called
At the same
coronavirus
time,
because it's the
it's
same
different.
thing as the first one that came out like 10 years ago, first
Well,
time.
that's what I'm saying. It's a strand of it. Like it's a strand, like both, like kind of like a mixture. I don't really know.
I think this is like a mutated version of it.
Coronavirus instead of COVID, even though really COVID's easier to say. But yeah,
Yeah. And that's why you shouldn't drink beer called Corona, because it's not good for you.
just don't drink beer in general. Get some better stuff.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Drink Powerade. Please sponsor me,
Oh, no.
Coke. Coke, please sponsor me because I want free Powerade.
I don't think that's gonna happen. The most you're gonna get is G Fuel.
Or a Raid Shadow Legend.
It's so funny that they actually came out and said we don't actually do paid sponsorships to people. We just find fans of the game and they play it and they do an ad for us. Like, no one does an ad unless they get paid, man.
And I know some of them I watch says
An
that like
ad needs to be paid for. Some promotion, no, doesn't always have to be paid for. Like, let's say for us, for example, we have mentioned many times that if someone was to sponsor us, we don't need paid promotion. Just send some T-shirts. If it's like a drink or
for
something,
me,
send over
I
some
prefer
drinks,
to
and
have
we'll talk
something
about it.
drink stuff because I can do that.
I mean, a T-shirt's always nice too, but I'm just saying, like, if it's a T-shirt, I'll freaking turn on a webcam. I will show you the T-shirt. Like, oh hey, I got this from these guys. Go check them out. If it's a drink, like, hey, here's this drink. It tastes good. Go for that.
Yeah. Coke.
Again, when I was talking about alcohol, I said, get the beer out of here because that tastes like trash. And then there's the other stuff, vodka, rum,
Why are you drinking vodka?
freaking other words. that are
Stop
not fake.
drinking
Tequila.
vodka.
What are other liquors? Nothing.
I don't know.
I'm brain dead. I don't know. Boy band. All that. Really don't. That's the thing. Okay. Responsibly. Responsibly. Don't go nuts. Because you'll be hurting like hell the next day. Somebody here can attest to that.
Have
I
you
won't say
been?
who. Not me.
Wait, what?
I'm actually. To be honest, the most I've ever drank was like 3 beers, and I didn't really
I
get
have never been actually drinking ever. Like
I've never actually drunk. Like I've never been drunk.
I have only sipped. That's it. But I don't drink.
It's
Like
the most I've ever had is 3 beers. And it's like,
here's the like
give up at that point.
I can get the idea of drinking with friends, like the idea of it, but that's the issue also is because it's not always about, hey, we were gonna go drink with some friends. The idea is to get drunk. It's not to just, hey, just take a beer with a friend. Like, that's not the goal. It's like, get drunk.
That's how it is for a lot of people, but I mean, the real goal when it comes to like drinking with friends or something, it's a way to hang out. And it's just like a side thing you're doing.
Yeah. And I mean, you can do that without drinking, guys. I promise. I know it sounds crazy, but can.
But then everyone's like, but where's the fun in that? Like, plenty. Just actually go find something to do.
Just look at us. We're fucking doing a podcast that's like, there's like one guy watching.
I mean,
Actually,
I'm still watching this too.
no, I think he died. His YouTube died.
I think COVID got him.
The beer got him.
Oh no, the beer got him. I have drinks.
Like they got, you see like big cans of Corona beer, like coming up with baseball bats and be like, you shouldn't have done it.
Jesus. No, that's when guys just switched to Budweiser. Didn't work.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna die on stream, guys.
So you talk about someone else dying, and then you start dying. Sounds about right.
You said that I wasn't allowed to die before the stream. You said I had to die in the stream.
Very true. That is what I said.
And now I'm
Brad,
dying.
You actually remember something. You actually listened and paid attention.
You said something? I was busy thinking about the actual important stuff.
He doesn't have very good short-term memory, but the long-term's still there.
What year is it? Where am I?
That's so
Where am I?
That's so short-term.
I don't know. 23 years is not a fucking short term. That's a long term.
Yeah, but I'm saying that to know what year it is, or to know what, where you are, that short-term memory.
Yeah, and also I'm always
you
at
can
this.
still like pull random memories from before, but with short-term memory being gone, it depends on the short-term really. There's the short-term memory where you have like a daily amnesia, say like in the game Blight Dream. We got to get on that at some point.
Yes.
So there's that, where basically you have your memories for that day, but as soon as you like go to sleep, your memory resets. So basically, you lost the entire day of memory, and it'll keep going like for the rest of your life, basically until it gets fixed or it doesn't. So there's that. And then there's the other bit where it's basically you literally cannot remember anything for a few seconds. If it's really bad. So it's just be like, you start talking about something or like someone tells you something like, oh cool, that's cool. So what did you just say?
No, I think that's just in general called ignoring your friend.
That's another thing too. No, in general, it's just like there's that. It's like, oh cool, that's awesome. I can't remember what I was so excited about. Kenny gets it. I feel great about that thing we were just talking about. Yeah. There's a show that we like watch that basically like shows like that off, and it's just funny of a quote that it said just like they're screaming about something, like some noise, and he's just like, "Oh my god, what are we yelling about?" Because he has no idea. Like, yeah, funny. Anyway, off to random bits. So,
Mm.
the titles of our streams. We have our own little antagonizing bits for reasons.
Yeah, and I'm gonna.
So,
And it's my turn to attack a fandom.
yeah, there's gonna be an attack on one fandom that everyone will be pretty much pissed, and there's gonna be an attack on another one where they'll be like, justified.
Hey.
Because it's like, it's a niche, but it's like, I'm gonna do it. If you're gonna make fun of me, I'm gonna make fun of you. Want to make sense? Even.
I mean, I kind of make fun of myself anyway, so your point is kind of.
Let's go on about your questionable habits, good sir. So, yeah, you basically making fun of me over playing a certain game, but you did buy a very questionable game. Oh, sorry. If it was in a bundle, a set of games.
I think it was like 6 games. I'm not sure
Yeah.
even. I was like,
If you pay for the $1, then I don't know. It still came with quite a few. So basically, on Humble Bundle, about how long would you say? A month or two? Month? Actually, no, it'd be around this
it was
month.
like a
because
fucking.
There's like 9 days. There's like 9 days left on it. I did check earlier because I was trying to remember how to spell the name. I was like, how do you spell this? I'm like, oh, that's how. Cool. And also, I was trying to show evil, but at that point, he was just like doing whatever. I'm like, nah, he doesn't care. So,
Yeah.
point overall, you bought.
Wait, do
$1
I
bundle.
share account still with Cop?
Hmm?
I think I still
What?
am game sharing my Steam with Cop.
Imagine walking on one.
Oh
That's
god!
a problem. You were game sharing with me at a point, but not anymore.
Wait, did I have to remove?
Hmm?
That
It's just
remote.
gone from my machine,
Huh, interesting.
and my games are gone from yours. So
I never
Anyway.
had yours, so that.
you did at one point.
No, I
We
didn't.
got it at one point where I went into like TeamViewer or something, and I did it because Parsec wouldn't work. I'm like, oh, we're going to TeamViewer. Did it?
No,
done.
that was Cop.
Or AnyDesk.
We didn't do that.
No,
I've never had
no,
your
sure it
games.
was.
Nope, it was not
Whatever.
us.
Anyway, on to my other point. So yeah, the games you bought.
Yep, I bought games. It was $1.
Mm-hmm.
$1 only.
Yeah. So the name of those games, Sakura.
Yes.
No one knows what that is. There are many different ones. Sakura Spirit, the Sakura Christmas one, whatever the hell. I don't really know much about Sakura MMO or something. I don't.
Yeah, I got that one. I got that for in the bundle.
So what it is basically just a collection of different visual novels about anime girls. And yes, it's definitely in the rated 18 in that sense because it does show. Well, of course, if you got it on Steam, it could be censored, but point being, still shows. Still the whole point of the games. So your little questionable habits over there.
Well, I mean, it's
You made
nothing
fun of
new.
me. Well, let's just say this: when it comes to that, it's one thing to play a game that has really nothing bad about it. It's literally just about being on a nice little island and fishing or chopping some wood off trees or freaking discovering different wildlife there that everyone knows about already or whatever else. Or hey, visiting a friend's island. Woohoo. And then this guy says that it's a game for furries.
Yep.
And that game, Animal Crossing, New Horizons.
Yep.
It goes off to say, oh, that's a game for furries because pretty much every character is basically an animal. Like that's no.
No,
Not
what I
right.
said is that
That is
everyone is
confusing.
secretly
There
a
is no
furry.
way.
That was what I said. That plays the game is secretly a furry because in the end, everybody in that fucking fandom wants to fuck Isabel. And I don't fucking understand the logic.
Not everybody in that.
Well, not everybody, almost everybody. Cause,
Still no.
well, you will
You need a
know
poll.
because you don't watch. You don't follow weird stuff enough.
Trust me, I've been to the dark web a few times.
We're not talking about Facebook now.
No, we're talking about Instagram.
I feel like,
well,
yeah.
then again, Instagram is owned by Facebook, so that's a different story.
Oh god.
Now, we haven't even got to the Minos section yet. Now, when it comes down to it, again, he's over there calling me a secret, or as a lot of people would say, a closet furry. No. No, I'm not. And just because I'm playing the game that, once again, I bought for 2 reasons. 1, new game. Why the hell not? Also, I've never played an Animal Crossing before, and I figured I'd give it a try with a newer one. If that's a problem because maybe the newer one isn't as good as an older one, that's on me. Somebody could tell me if that's the case, and I could try out an older one. Point being, I got it because I've never played Animal Crossing, and I'd like to just try it out. 2, Evil wanted me to buy it because it's co-op. There are my 2 reasons. That's it. Does not make me furry at all. I do not care about the characters because I don't know the characters. I know none of them. So how does that make me anything?
I still think
This
you're
guy
secretly a furry.
knowingly bought quite a bit of games. Doesn't matter if it's $1 or not.
I don't care. Here's the thing, you have no dignity. At least I know I don't have shame because I have a. Are you lagging out? Are you still there, sir?
No, I'm still here.
Are you sure? Can you prove to me that you're real? Can you do this captcha?
You prove me you're not a robot. Here's a captcha. Oh look, that captcha is just a check mark because we ran out of captcha ideas. Cool. Now,
Like those are the worst ones. Like those with pictures, like makes a little bit sense. Then you have the one. Press this
I mean, that kind of
box.
annoys me though, the picture one, because it's always, ooh, select the crosswalk, point to all the cars, point to the traffic lights. Like, why do you need these things? And half the time when I click one, it's like, disappear. Here's a new one. Click, disappear.
Or you
here's a new
have
one.
those where you have to click in every thing that has it. Like, click all the boxes with the traffic light. Then if you miss like 1 centimeter of the corner, it's like.
Now Twitch has this login one where you have to, it's this little icon you have to rotate. Or it's like a horse or something. You have to like rotate to have it standing on its legs. Like, what?
Stuff.
It's a 2D picture of just like a horse upside down or somewhere in a random position. It's like rotate it until it's standing.
I think
like,
Twitch is on drugs.
That's what it's doing. That is its capture.
I feel like Twitch. It was like the one guy who like was smoking too much weed and then remembered he had words. He was like, "I need to get to work." When he get there, they're like, "We need a new idea for captures, like a rotating horse." In reality, it's what he sees is a rotating horse. And they're like, "Perfect idea, boy." Like, what? Oh, okay. Rotating horse.
I'm pretty sure now they've actually said, I don't know what it is. I think it's like every Twitch person now, like every Twitch account is required to have a 2-factor authentication now. Like there's some, I forgot what it was. It's either Twitch or something else, but there's some that does require it from now on. It's not an option.
I mean, that's just good. Like, that's a fucking good thing.
Because honestly, these accounts get hacked like crazy. You never know if you can't just be one of those people like, oh, I put in this password, it's never gonna get hacked. Like, you don't know that. I've never logged on to Twitch or not Twitter, Twitter on anything else but the app. I got hacked at one point because I had someone who was trying to sell sunglasses off my account. literally, I went to the post. It's like, oh, get these Ray-Ban sunglasses or whatever. Which of course it was a fake link, but it's like Ray-Ban sunglasses for like 20% off or whatever. It's just like, what? This is what you do in my account? You've hacked into my account and you're trying to fakely sell Ray-Ban sunglasses. What? Like, okay. Which of course it tagged random people, like absolutely random people, because that's how I figured it out. The person replied, it's just like, hey, I think your account's been hacked. It's like, how do you know that? And it's just, they sent a screenshot. I'm like, hey, yep, it's been hacked. Let me go change that password and activate the, 2FA.
It's the best thing is the account that gets hacked that someone tries to log into, and you get the fucking text message giving you a code, and you're like, okay, you got to get in.
That's kind of fun. Like, it's always like, oh, it's even worse like when someone somehow figures out my email and then they're just like, change password, and I get an email. It's like, your account has just requested to change your password. Like, yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Good job.
At
Plus
least
with
I
mhm.
barely know your. Here's the thing: I don't know your email because I have not checked it up. I think it's somewhere, but I don't think I ever looked
I
up.
can tell you where it is.
Like that's how little I care about emails, because who the fuck use emails these days? Like only thing you use it is to log into something.
I
That's
see
it.
stuff in my email. Most
I
of the
mean,
time, it's to tell me when I get a Keymailer game or terminals. Like, it'll just pop up in my email. I'm like, oh, cool.
or this Twitch summary stuff, and you're like,
Nah, I don't
cool.
really care about that. But what was on about? But yeah, two-factor authentication. You need it. Don't be one of those people who are like, whatever. It's not hard, and plus, like Twitch and also Discord, they have their own service called Authy, or it's not its own service. It's an app that is for that, and literally you just go to the app, and just a code pops up on your screen. You enter that code. Code generator. Anyway, way back to the conversation of what we were talking about of our titles. Again, he is over there trying to say that everyone who plays Animal Crossing is secretly a furry. Just
Yep.
because the entire game is about like having animals and everything. Even though you're a playable character, your character is human. There is no choice against that. Like, you cannot choose to be an animal, as far as I know. You have to be human. Because obviously,
Yeah,
from what
and
I've seen,
my
most playable
point
characters
is
are
he's
human.
secretly a furry.
No,
Yes.
no, because I don't even really know the characters at all. I don't really care. I might later when I play the game, but honestly, I'm pretty sure even relationships are not even a part of the game. So
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it
I'm not
is.
sure about that. I mean, honestly, I'm not very sure about that because again, I never played. So
I mean, you
there's
should.
all that kind of stuff going.
No one should
And
talk
he's
about me
also
because I just call everyone a bitch in the end. Like, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch.
yeah. Watch our Halo playthrough. He calls everyone that and another word, in which case I don't want it said here. Say it starts with a C.
Oh. Oh, well, I use it. I'm not used it today yet. Have I used that word?
Yet. Yeah, it's not. I prefer it not here because at this point it's like podcast, man. Come on, we'll just leave that word alone. That word
That
itself.
that
Two
is
words. I
one
never
of my
want here.
words.
Actually, no, a few words I never want to use. I never want to be used here.
The N word.
That's another one.
That's a
Any driver.
that's a definite no in my stream in general. Like,
I hate it when like just the random people want to like use that. Like you're like, oh hey, that's all cool. I'm like, you're not even.
oh god, I remember when you had to censor your Mario chat in
Yeah.
in multiplayer because of you know who.
Mm-hmm. Like, good God, don't do that. Oh boy.
I have
I don't know.
so much like
I'm not even gonna get into that conversation of why I don't like or
like
when certain people use the word. It's like I'm not even gonna get into it because
I don't
it's
really
too
care about
obvious.
like in my case it's just like if you use the word, I don't think you understand the meaning of it anymore. Like, I say that if you're a black person using it, I can care less because they have said themselves that like it's more their thing, it's part of their culture. But when a
Well,
white,
it's like for them, it's more like, you know, like saying friend or brother, or like,
yeah,
oh, what's up, bro, or something. It's like,
yeah.
it's kind of the way it happens
But
all the time.
when
But then
it's
that's
a
like
white
kind of
person
a
use
realm where I'm
it,
like,
it's like they have forgotten the
well, it's more than just
culture.
them.
Like,
Let's say
yeah,
white people.
but like in yeah, like when a white person uses it, in this case, often it's mostly those that has like people get most pissed at, is because we have a culture, an old culture with that word that is bad, and because of that, you should think we use that word for bad. We didn't use it to treat people good, like so the word does. But we, and that makes it like people are like, oh, but it should be like, no, it doesn't, because it's still a hurt. We have used it to hurt people. We have not used it for friendly things.
I'm
And
gonna
this,
say this right now. If whenever I have kids, if they even tried saying that, ooh, the discipline.
yep, it's the gun.
No, I was gonna say soap. Soap in the mouth.
Well, that's
Yeah,
not gonna kill them.
that's they swallow. No, I said discipline, not kids. Also, I said my own kids. So that just shows how crazy you are.
You what did you say, boy? Do you remember what happened to Jeremy? Do you remember Jeremy? Of course you don't. He
No.
died.
Dark humor. Anyway.
Oh.
Anyway. Off to our original point here. So if there's any fandom out there that actually plays Animal Crossing, huge fandom out there, you may completely attack this guy. I more than welcome it. It's Twitch, Sweden Catboy.
And don't forget to follow.
Also, I mean, you can follow if you want to, but I doubt you want to after you just heard him telling all that. So,
I mean, I say a lot of dumb stuff. Jesus
other
Christ.
links that are in my description of YouTube, you may go attack. Have fun. Did I just initiate a witch hunt? No. About right. Sorry, it's a cat hunt. Have fun. It's a reversal of cat versus mouse.
You can't kill, but it's already dead, boy.
Only on the inside. Still I'm out.
I mean, here's the thing:
Everyone
people
says
would
that
be
I'm
able
like
to
just
take me
on the
down.
inside.
Like I say so much dumb stuff that I have already cancelled out what I fucking said 20 times already.
I mean, you do say a lot of random stuff that would honestly just would not work in a crowd. If you were near an actual crowd and you said some of the stuff, would be like, well, he's not making it home.
Like, oh, I'm weak for kids. Guys, kill him. Kill him. He's a pedophile. Like, no. I said, no, that's not. You first might. That's also a thing. Like I said, I'm weak for kids. Like, people take that out of context. They don't care about the context. They care about the out of context these days. It's so.
Well, I just said it sounds wrong out of context.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant. I knew that you're like, oh,
Yeah,
hey,
but that's the
you know,
thing.
like,
That's the thing. The first thing people are thinking is the out of context. They don't care about the context because
a lot of people, yeah. See how that goes.
why would the context matter when you can rather attack them and call them stuff? Like why have context? Like that's so unnecessary.
Context.
Yeah.
Just assume everything's out of context, and then you'll realize that everyone has their own set of questionable habits.
I mean, how that? I mean, my habits is not questionable. I'm pretty much. I just tell people what I do. Like, it's not like a secret. Like, hey, I watch this, this, this. It's not like a secret.
Questionable doesn't mean secret. Questionable means that if that is a good or a bad habit. You can't really say which.
I mean, people
obviously it's not
thinks
hurtful,
anime
so
is
it's not really
questionable
bad.
habits.
They're idiots.
You're an idiot.
Damn straight. Anyway.
No, I'm bi actually. I'm not
Welcome to Nerd
straight.
Ensemble. Two idiots host this.
Yeah, and one of them is not straight.
Well, I am, so good for you.
I'm, well,
Anyway.
we are How can we have done over 17 episodes of this without almost killing each other? Oh, wait, we played we played Halo.
Right.
That's it. Why?
Probably because all of our hate goes towards Halo. I mean, it's either you are stubbornly trying to get into a damn warthog while I'm trying to get into a tank, and you're just like, no, you don't get to take the tank because I don't want the tank. Like, you take the warthog, get some Marines who will fire probably just as good as I do.
And I
if
drive
not
them
better.
over.
Yeah, I'm saying that they could probably do better than me because I'm a horrible shot as it is. They have basically pinpoint aiming. They can point straight at the freaking person that you're wanting them to shoot. Done. Cool. Get some Marines in your Warthog. I'll take the tank. I don't even have to have anyone on my tank. I'll just go. And you're like, nope, I'm killing all the Marines, and we are taking this Warthog. Like that. No. And then I'm like, okay, fine, just hit the Warthog by itself. Like, well, then I have no one to shoot it. It's like, get a ghost. Does control like crap. Like, yes, but this is your own fault for killing the Marines. And it wouldn't let me do it anyway. Like, I just wanted the tank for a little bit. He could have took the Warthog and done his own thing.
Oh god, people will feel like we hated each other, but it was like,
Yeah, like I said, I'm sure people watch that like, good God, these people are just like hateful towards each other. Like, no bad blood. It's how we roll.
like,
We always have something to hate on each other about.
but that's, I feel like, here's the issue. I kind of, people just think that it's like so too nice to each other. I don't believe they are actual friends. Like, they are not like true friends. You know how
Me too. I mean, in a sense, it's like, say for us, for example, I mentioned this earlier, that like in our server, or I'd say my server actually, but you're a part of, so awesome.
yeah.
Server community. In that server community, point being is that we the whole thing is we tease each other over everything. We'll make fun of each other over the most stupidest stuff that we'll do. Even if we say it wrong or we make a typo or whatever, we're gonna freaking make fun of you for it. But we're not doing it out of like spite or anything, or just hating you, or saying, or just whatever, bullying, whatever. We're not doing that. That's us being friendly. That is us being friendly. Is us like making fun of you because we expect you to make fun of us in return.
Yeah.
That's the point. We expect that if we're gonna make fun of you, you're gonna make fun of us, and that's how we know that we're doing good.
Yeah. And that's like an issue. Like, and I think like if you're too friendly with each other, it's more like this. Like, you don't really like that person. You're just friendly for the sake of like not being like too honest with them. Like, oh, I
Have you
don't.
seen relationships, like actual relationships too? They're always like stabbing each other with like random insults and crap. Like, yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah. Here's the thing: if you're a true friend, I would say is almost 100% honest with you. While a friend that you say what you want to hear is not really a friend. Like, sometimes it's not what you want to hear that is important. It's what needs to be heard that is important. Because that's why that's why people don't like me that much. Is because I don't care what you think. What you need to hear is what I'm gonna tell you. And what I'm telling you, the coronavirus is only dangerous for the elders. So fuck you.
Not true still, but
Well, okay, the sickly too, but it's not like, it's not dangerous for everyone. It's like, and that's the thing. People are like, oh, but people should be aware of the danger. Like, You can still be
I'll
aware
say
of the
this: when it
thing.
comes down to it, the ones that have like pretty good immune systems and everything, they still catch it and all that, or just average people who don't have any type of like sickness or whatever, like asthma or COPD or whatever, and not like old, like elderly with like weaker immune systems, that type of thing. In any of that kind of case, if you're just the average person and you catch it, it's still gonna feel like hell because there is
Yeah,
no vaccine for it like flu has. There is no real medicine to take for it, like, just to treat the symptoms. There's nothing there to treat it. There's nothing there to cure it. I mean, obviously, flu doesn't have a cure either. It's just treating. But it's like, there is no treatment at
yeah,
all. So you're going to deal with the harshness of those symptoms. So still, the point is, don't go out there thinking, oh, hey, who cares if I catch it? It's not going to be fun having it.
yeah. See,
It's not gonna have a
you
fun
should be
time.
aware of the dangers, but you should not be like, oh, it's fucking gonna kill me. Like, no, it's probably not gonna kill you, but it's probably
It's
gonna.
probably not going to kill you. It could kill someone that's around you. If you have like you're like exposing it to anyone else, so, like say if they have a weaker immune system or if they're older or whatever, that could happen. Or at the same time,
All you
again,
use is
you're gonna
intelligent
feel
as
like
me and
hell.
Nexus and never go outside. Well, Nexus has to go outside
Well,
because
I have to go outside because I have to go to work. But of course, it's if I was to catch it or if I think I caught it and symptoms were popping up for it, then obviously I'm allowed to stay out as long as I tell them that. They surprisingly still kind of care.
yeah, but that's
Surprisingly.
because they don't want the workforce to die.
That's why I just said surprisingly they care. Because they don't care. This is the thing. My place that I work at, they don't care if about like having to fire someone. There is no attachment. Like there's none of that type of deal. Like obviously you shouldn't have an attachment in a workplace, but I'm saying that if you do something minuscule that would just be like, whatever, slap on the wrist or say like, oh hey, here's how to do this better. Just try doing that. No, it's just like, you know what? Screw it. You're fired. We'll get someone else. Because they're always like, oh hey, there's always somebody lining up to be hired. Like, yes, but your turnover rate is absolute trash because obviously every time you get someone hired in, there's always somebody quitting. Every time. It's always like one person gets a job there, 2 or 3 people are leaving the job or, get fired from it.
Yeah.
Always happens. Every time. So they're not very smart about it. Anyway, back to the coronavirus thing. Again, may not kill you. It you still shouldn't be an idiot trying to go out there and be like,
Yeah.
oh hey, who cares if I get it? Because it's probably gonna hurt. Like it's probably gonna be a real annoying and painful time while you have it.
I mean, I fucking almost die every time I have a fucking cold, so.
Literally, because every time you start coughing, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not a cold. That's just me like fucking coughing because I have a tendency to get the coughs when I'm talking with cunts.
Yeah, but
There is the
imagine
safe word,
when it
guys.
comes to- yeah, don't do that.
That's my
Anyway,
thing. I can't change who I am.
that wasn't even your thing until you started watching Australian videos. Then you started saying it like crazy.
Yes. See, Australian ruins life.
What?
I don't know.
Anyway, what I'm saying is that God, you keep ruining my train of thought here.
What was
Don't
that
try to
about
go, stay in your
Jenga?
home, like self isolate and everything. Oh, the Jenga thing. Yeah.
Like, I feel
So
like that's us right now. Like the
yeah.
missing
So
pieces.
there's this thing. I basically made a statement like earlier where he was saying Swede was talking something about like he has no structure or anything like it. Just like there's no structure in stuff he does and anything else. And I'm just like, so basically it's you're like a Jenga piece. You're basically just like Jenga, but with all the pieces built like holding up the structure taken out. So basically just always crumbling, always falling, like screwing up everywhere. Like it just all the pieces that would keep it holding up, it just fell over. It's gone. So yeah.
That's this
That's right
podcast
now.
99% of the time, I think, feel like.
Yeah, because every time you start talking about something else, and it ruins my original train of thought. Because I'm like, I have all this, thought of like I have this huge thing I was just gonna talk about, or it's like, I know what I'm about to talk about. You say something, I'm like, well, there it goes. Like, damn it, I don't know it anymore.
Welcome to the world of gamers, to be honest.
Wash your damn hands,
No.
pigs.
And buy a lot of toilet paper, but because that's probably gonna save you.
I don't even get that. I don't. Like, I get the point that the only thing that makes sense in that sort of way is that they're buying all of it so they don't have to leave their house.
But like,
which again is stupid because it's like they're just like, oh, I don't want to ever leave my house. I want to be self-isolated. So I'm going to buy all this stuff that I need for like a few months or whatever, or 2 weeks, as they say. You do not need that toilet paper in 2 weeks. Buy like maybe 5.
or you have a fucking issue if you need all that. Yeah, and if you actually need all that, I think you need to go to the doctor and not to the store.
Also, COVID does not cause the shits. You don't need toilet paper that badly. But it's just the point that's saying I get it because they're probably thinking they need that for their quarantine time or whatever, or self-isolation. It's like, no, you don't. You don't need
Yeah,
that
but
much. You really don't.
also,
Like, literally, it's not a problem to go back out, go to, say, a dollar store of some kind, get what you need, leave, go back home. Like, it's not hard to do that. But
you don't even need to go.
Some freaking person decides to buy like a crap ton and then just stay home. Like, you're just being a jerk to everyone else, and then you're raising the prices for everything. Man, I'm pretty sure a bottle of hand sanitizer here is like $6, maybe 10, 15. I don't know. It's pretty expensive in comparison. With
I have not been in a big store in a while, but I've heard the stories.
Last time I was in Walmart, and it was like a few weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, and that was before the outbreak.
No, the outbreak was still going around, just like not in my state.
Yeah,
it wasn't really big here.
So
now it's really big.
Now with the question, if you go back to that Walmart, is there gonna be anything there? No. The question is the Walmart still there?
Sure, hand sanitizer wasn't there at the time. Like, there wasn't any. Hand sanitizer was obviously already gone, but
that's logical.
Still plenty of there.
Like,
yeah, there was still none of there.
But like, I feel like
hand sanitizer makes sense. Like, I can get you taking quite a bit of that. You're still a jerk for taking quite a bit of it, but point being, you can, not do that. It still makes sense to have like people to want to hoard that because it's like, well, yeah, it's hand sanitizer. It is some you need to be using.
Yeah.
But no, they just take the whole thing, and then of course they start off with toilet paper, and I'm like, well, that's just great. And then of course people are like, oh, well, let's start using baby wipes. Like, there are a lot of a lot of babies around. You were taking a lot of their stuff. That's the only thing they can use. They can't use toilet paper. They can't use anything else. They have to have a baby wipe. That's the point. And you just take that away. Like, oh.
Well, you know how people ask how would people would be in a zombie apocalypse? This is the answer.
See, this is the funny thing. We always joked about the idea that if we ever damn it, if we ever had a zombie apocalypse, go to Costco's or what's called Sam's Club and other places. But yeah, go there because it is an insanely huge, a huge building full of tons of different food and like actual supplies. Like, beforehand, they would have like gigantic things of toilet paper, like whatever, huge things of trash bags, where it's just like they have like the huge bundled version of everything. So that's kind of their shtick. That's why we say, hey, in a zombie apocalypse, go there. Nowadays, if you try to do that, it's like, yeah, there's really nothing here. There's probably still plenty of food, but
it's like if a zombie apocalypse actually breaks out now, we will be screwed.
It's like there was like months or probably even like a whole year supply on one huge shelf. Let's say toilet paper or something. So it's like, you know what? We could live here for a little bit in a zombie apocalypse because we have enough for that. Like, if we were to need it. Not anymore. All that's cleared out. I need to find that picture. There's a picture of someone in a Costco. Like they have like sort of like a wagon thing or something, and it is like filled like way above their head with toilet paper. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm more bothersome because people. I'm blaming it mostly on media also because they're blowing it up so too much instead of actually being like calm about
Who?
stuff. The media, the
Oh, media.
and not the
They said
news.
millennials. I'm like, what?
The millennials, they too.
Yeah, it's funny because you are one.
God fucking damn.
You are a millennial.
Eh, but I'm more one of the sane ones.
And I am one of
Actually, I'm
the
taking.
most sane Gen Z. So apparently I'm a part of it. Apparently, millennial ends at 97.
Like no one knows where you are from. You're like that one person, like that no one knows where to, if they want you or not. Like, do we want him or not? You can have
like something in the middle, or like a stack of weeds or something. You're just like saying that one unique person and like a bunch of like the exact same thing. I don't know the saying.
like you're that one person in the gymnastics that none of the team wants, and they're like, you can have him. And you sit there like,
That's like the opposite of what I was going for.
hey, I'm an evil man.
That doesn't make you evil. You're just saying random stuff.
I am evil.
No, he's evil. Then it's his name.
Yeah, his name is evil, but I am evil.
His name has been evil for a few names now.
Yeah.
Because honestly, it just keeps making random stuff. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's mostly because I probably gonna keep calling him evil for like forever because that's what I know him as.
That's another thing. People keep calling him for different things because he used to have like different names. So there would I would always say the last part of his name. Like before, it was evil architect, and I would always call him architect. But other people call him evil. Now it's cynical evil, and it's like, well, I just call him evil because call him cynically. It's like that. Really very well.
So I'm playing with my friend cynical. Wow, that fucking pain, my.
What's funny though is that at one point I made a joke of calling him Archie or Archie. No, it was Archie. Someone thought I said Archie because of the way it's spelled, and I'm like, no, I said Archie because I was trying to make it a little smaller. And he's like, don't ever say that. I'm like, okay. But I don't know. People are crazy.
I just fucking thought I saw some flew fucking past me, but in reality there was nothing there. I am okay, guys. I'm not taking drugs.
You sure?
Yes, it's the Twitch guy. I promise you, it's that Twitch guy with the rotating horse. Okay.
Clearly. I don't know. So yeah, back to the point of like the media is taking that proportion in some ways. Or like the media is causing like the massive panic and all that. In a way, it kind of is. In a way, it isn't.
No, it's
in another way, it's like it's kind of like a back and forth, like yin yang type of deal with it because back in the olden days, no one had any type of way to know when this kind of stuff was happening. They just like heard rumors, like like with travelers or merchants or whatever. Like that's basically how they heard of these type of things, which of course was some of the ways that it got past two different areas is because of that. But you have that, and then in a way these days with media, it's like if we don't have the media telling us any of this, that kind of shows a sign of panic because it's like, we would like to know what's going on. We don't want to be left in the dark about it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's one thing.
The other thing where it's like, we rely on the media too much to the point to where it's like, if it happened, like if the media says something's going on with it, we believe it, and then we go crazy about it.
Yeah, but the issue
So,
is
I mean,
that
obviously, again, it's a bad virus, so don't think it's nothing. But at the
yeah,
same
but
time,
here's the thing.
hmm,
That's the thing. They don't say it in a good way. They say it like it's like deadly for everyone instead of saying like, hey, it's not dangerous for everyone. Like it sounds like for because of the mass hysteria it get is like it feels like people think it's bad overall. Yes, it's bad, but it's not bad. Like it's not gonna fucking kill you in
here's
your
the thing, though.
sleep.
The worst part about it is the fact that it is insanely contagious. That is the thing that's bad enough. It's not airborne, which, to explain, obviously, airborne just means that being within the presence of someone can get it, can cause you to get it. That's not the case. Like,
Yeah.
in this sense, it's all by a type of fluid. So, say if someone, I don't know, they sneezed or they coughed, or it's basically like from the vapor of your breath, like breath vapor. So, if I guess if even they breathed on you, yeah, you'd get it.
God damn it, people are
So
breathing
they say
still.
like the water vapor from your breath could cause them to get it. So yeah, don't be breathing on people.
Yeah, stop breathing.
Stop breathing. That's another thing. That's why at the same time you don't want to touch your face or whatever. Like if you've been touching like other stuff throughout the day, like don't touch your face.
I'm sitting here
For some
touching
reason,
my
like,
face because my
like
face is itchy.
this is another thing. Like in this example, I'm saying don't touch your face, but I'm literally touching my face as I'm saying it.
You're like, don't touch your face. You still touch your face. But that's because here's my thing. Like I feel like that one thing is like, it doesn't matter if you touch your face or not. It's if you're
just don't get. It's the thing. Don't get it around your mouth or your nose. I think your eyes and ears also count. Don't get around that. But I mean, mainly mouth and nose because that's your respiratory. Don't do that. Don't get it around there.
But I wanna eat my hand.
Do you?
Okay, I'm gonna eat my
Put
food,
it over
but
a fire, cook it,
no, I'd
Here's
rather
the
take the
bone.
food.
and the blood, and the nerves, and the rest of the guts. Anyway,
But do you have the guts or the nerves? I don't
anyway.
know.
This
This is us bullying people that are idiots in stores. Welcome
Yeah, that's
to.
basically how that works.
This will be the last two podcasts bullying the fucking morons that's overbuying stuff. I feel like.
Yeah,
I feel-
yeah. The last two podcasts have been about like this virus, like saying how people are really stupid when it comes down to it. Because at the same time, like I said, it's still a bad thing. It's not good to catch it, and obviously, don't be going around people who really don't need to be getting it. Like again,
Yeah.
people who
Don't go
have,
visit your
any
grandma.
type of yeah, don't do that. Anyone who has any type of immune system issues, like again, if they have COPD or asthma problems or
In general, if you have a sickness that is not good, don't be.
yeah, there's that. Also, what was the other thing I was thinking of? Oh yeah, if say someone has AIDS, don't bring around them because obviously,
Yeah.
if you know what that is, it attacks their immune system. And basically, they don't have a very good one at all. So, say the cold could really be hurtful to them. That's actually true. It could be extremely hurtful.
And
to
if
them.
you're a man, you're still fucking way too cold, so. So either you're a man or you have a sickness already. I just fucking attack all men. Perfect. Equality here. I've already said dumb stuff about people online. Like I said that. Yeah.
Just talking trash about every male person. Great.
Basically, including us.
Yeah. But yeah, point overall, just don't spread. It's stupid of you. And don't do, even if like here's another thing. For some people, it may not even really affect them because they may have really good immune systems. That does not mean you don't have it. That just means that you are a carrier, which means obviously you have it. It's not affecting you, but you do have it, and you can still spread it to people. So, watch yourself.
I wish I had a fucking camera now because I'm fucking messing around with the cork to the or the bottle cap to the fucking Powerade.
Yeah, I have a camera, but the problem is, like, really, I need to upgrade the camera. That's actually something I'm kind of wanting to do, is get like a really good webcam, or hell, I might even save up for a legitimate camera, and then just like have it connect to the computer, because that'd be like extremely good quality.
Yeah,
It'd
but
be overkill,
but
but it's good.
but also you could have used it as a vlog camera.
Yeah, I could do that too.
So this would be a double kill in that sense. Like you get a camera for streaming and you get a camera for vlogging at the same time. So
Yeah. The thing is, like, I kind of quit on that no vlogging thing, because at this point it's like, meh, my life's not that interesting. What if I ever do
we know you're not
it, that's the time that
interesting.
I'd want to. So my life isn't.
Yeah, and I said that you're not interesting. So
You're not very interesting either, buddy.
well, we're not talking about me now, are we?
What we're talking about is both here. Some of the most least interesting people. Why do you think we have no one talking in our chats?
I'm blaming it on you.
I mean, of course, with a podcast, it makes sense to have lurkers, but I doubt we have any.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know though. I mean, I don't really know if you want to blame it on me, because you've been attacking people this entire podcast.
I've attacked the
Entire episode, you've been
hey, you
attacking-
attacked the JoJo fans. I did attack the furries, okay?
I've attacked one community. You've attacked plenty.
But that I do that every
You've
time.
attacked Animal Crossing. You've attacked freaking.
Furries?
You've attacked. Yeah. You've attacked basically men in general. I've attacked. People. You've attacked.
Hey,
I've attacked-
okay. Facebook, Instagram people deserve it. That's not a fucking. They deserve it.
Like, I actually have an Instagram that I don't use. Why? Because it's literally just for giveaways. Because everyone's like, oh, follow on Instagram for an entry in a giveaway.
Like no, I
That's
kind of
my
hate.
entry.
That's like, I feel
I
like
don't
this.
use it because I don't see the point. The only time I would is like someone's like, oh, there's this exclusive bit of news or whatever on Instagram. Like, good God, fine. Alright, cool. Gone. I'm out.
I have a
I don't really care
Facebook
for
that
it.
I never use.
Same. I don't use it either.
I have like I think I've used I don't think
The
I've
reason
even
why I
used
have it on
Messenger.
Facebook is because of like family or somebody wants to like call or message on Messenger, or the fact they don't have a phone plan, so that's the only way they get to talk to people is through Messenger. So they're like, oh, this is the only way I can talk to someone because I don't actually have a phone plan. Like, okay, fine. Well,
Have you heard about
phone.
this? Don't talk with
Can't get tired of
people.
the whole Snapchat thing, because all my friends back in the day, that's all they wanted to talk on. Snapchat. Like, oh,
Oh
for
my
whatever
god.
reason. Like,
What
why?
is it with people with pictures? Like these days everyone's so fucking like if you don't have a Snapchat or Instagram, it feels like you're not important enough. Like
That's how it used to be, yeah. But just those two, really. No one really cared about Facebook at the time. It was just like, which
no one has ever cared about Facebook since like 10 years back.
Facebook buys a lot of things. They bought Snapchat, they bought Instagram, they bought Oculus.
Yeah, but Facebook itself, no one cares about. Like,
Yeah, they care about everything that they own, but they don't care about them.
like, oh, Facebook.
Comments will make
Is
us
that
popular.
old man media?
Facebook is the new MySpace. No one gives a damn.
Is MySpace still existing?
I don't know. Has that been taken on? I'm actually curious. Is that actually still active, or has that finally closed? Let me check. I'm really curious now.
Like, you hear all the jokes about MySpace?
Oh my god, MySpace still exists.
How many?
Still exists. What? Did they like change it recently? What is this? It says featured music videos. Like, is that all it's used for now? Because remember before MySpace was like having your own little web page because you would put like a bunch of different stuff, like different background on it or something. And you have like a little music player that would immediately start playing the music that you like as soon as you enter the page. Like what? Yeah,
Okay, this was a fucking handful to read. I understand that if I choose to post or share any sensitive data defined as data revealing racial, ethnic, or origin, political opinions, religious, or philosophical beliefs, trade union membership, genetic data, biometric data, data concerning my health, sex life, sexual orientation, or children's data on MySpace, that MySpace will process that data in connection with making the MySpace services available to me and expressly consent to such processing. Like, I got lost in the middle of everything. What the fuck?
I don't
What?
know what the hell you're talking about. I mean, I do, but at the same time, like,
What the fuck are you on? Like, biometric data? What the fuck is that?
plenty of things.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. Like, data
It's the only
concerning my
other company.
fucking health,
They just make their account.
music and
Have a
videos.
terms and services agreement saying that we get permanent access to your login data, including your password, to use for our own purposes. No one would ever read that. It could be in the middle of the term and services agreement. No one's going to read that. They'll accept it, which means that they literally do get it because it's a digital signature saying that they have access to your account from now on and your actual login details. And they wouldn't know about it because no one reads the damn things.
Do you fucking remember when people was so
Nope.
fucking do you remember when people were so fucking afraid that Discord solar data like last year?
Oh, it's so stupid.
And I was like, it says it right here. Like, it says, because I know I read it and I was like, that's nothing new. I knew they do that. Like,
That's another thing. It's always like someone saying like, "Oh, but it talks to third-party services. That means they're gonna sell it to that and everything. They're gonna sell the information." And like,
yeah,
dude,
you agreed to it.
every service, like, yeah, you agreed to it first of all, and also that is every service ever created. They all do that. They will always sell your info. They say they may not do, but they do. They actually sell it. And they're like, "Oh, hey, we have this info. Boom, cool." They all do it. Twitch does it. Facebook does it. Twitter does it.
Yeah.
Any place you log into, they'll do it. Every single person has a third-party notice agreement that says that they are allowed to share details from your usage of that service to a third-party service. It's all there. That's why they have those agreements, and you agree to it every time because you don't feel like reading it.
Yep. I mean,
If somebody forms a contract, like someone like random, let's say, which is actually a good thing to do. You know, if say you are someone who will get commission for something. So, for example, you know, commission for art or something. If you form a contract on that sense, it makes sense to do that. But at the same time, also read those things because you don't know what the hell they're asking, or you don't know what the hell that is. So
who needs to read a contract? Here's the thing with me.
They say that, but I didn't read the contract to an MCN at one point, and I got locked into it for 2 years. It was in a contract saying that I couldn't leave until 2 years, and it was the thing. I couldn't leave until 2 years was up, and if I didn't say leave that one day, it would automatically renew for another 2 years.
That's dumb.
Yeah,
And sounds illegal.
if I didn't leave that day.
That is. I mean,
it's part of the contract, so therefore it's not. It's perfectly allowed to renew, so long as you have to leave that day when the contract is over, because it'll automatically renew. And there was no negotiation for it because obviously it wasn't really a two-sided contract. It was a one. It was just, hey, we get little access to your account, your account's funds, so we may send those funds to you with our added fee because you're using our service. That's that. Which is why I never use that again. Here's a hint. Anyone out there? If Awesomeness TV is still in MCN, don't use it. I don't even use an MCN anymore because obviously I can't. I'm not allowed to be monetized on YouTube right now.
And in general, apparently MCN these days is not actually the best thing to do.
It's really not. But I mean, honestly, just go through the Google ad thing. I mean, you're not going to get as much. The only thing good about an MCN is the tools they give you. But the problem is that there is now another party that takes some of your money. If you use the Google Ad thing, you get all of your money back. Like maybe just a tiny bit because Google takes a little bit. So, if you have an MCN, Google takes a little bit of money, they take a bit of your money. And if you got like some type of premium bit onto it, they take even more on that. And then you get your money. And it's like, that's not how that works. Just stay with your own thing.
Yeah.
And now, if you ever got popular enough, maybe the MCN wants to buy you out. Don't accept. Talking to you, Rooster Teeth. How dare you? Fucking get bought by full screen. Anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Nerd Ensemble podcast? They ramble on a lot on that thing.
Yeah, I know. Sounds like a terrible one.
Seconds. Yeah, don't watch it. Ouch.
Oh my god, it's like we are bullying our fans, we're bullying ourselves, like we're bullying everyone.
Yeah.
So don't.
Speaking of bullying ourselves, I've mentioned this before, but I have like 45 hours in Phoenix Wright, the trilogy. And I'm like, good God, man. I didn't know I was that addicted to the game.
Yeah, and I was like, ha, you addict, and then I was like, just don't check my like Skyrim hours, because I have like 500.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very long game on that, but I mean, this is also Phoenix Wright is kind of a long one too. I'm just now on the third game, unlike the I don't know, third episode. I don't know what episode I'm on that one, but the point overall is just like it is the third actual game. I don't know what episode I'm on, but the point is that they're very long games. They're very fun. So fun, in fact, that I bought 2 of the manga. Because they made manga adaptations and I have 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Casebook. Wait, hold on. Let me see what their names are. Official Casebook Volume 1 and 2. What I got. Did you have an actual official one? Official one. But I don't know. They weren't at the store I was buying them from.
I fucking want candy right now.
Okay. Good for you. Would you like a medal?
No, I want candy.
Well, good, because you wouldn't have got one anyway. I don't know. We don't have anything much else to talk about?
We can talk about how tired I am. Like,
I'm tired all the damn time, Also.
yeah, but here's the here is something. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the last 2 to 3 days, I have this day before I wake. I know I'm gonna wake up sometime, and I think was it yesterday or was it today? I think it was this today. Fucking
yesterday,
no, yeah, well it was yesterday for me, but today. Someone in our group DM accidentally fucking calls. I just feel the fucking phone vibrate.
Oh, no.
My brain shakes like, okay, there's nothing.
Thankfully, I was asleep during that time because that was I put my phone in my chair because I usually when it comes down to it, like people don't know, I don't have a door, so half the time somebody will be like waking up super early around the time I go to sleep these days, thanks to work. But when I be going to sleep, somebody will be waking up at some random point later, and I need some way to where I can't hear them. So I listen to some music while I go to sleep. And most of the time the phone is right there with like next to me. And today I'm like, I'll just put it on the chair, put in a longer cable, good to go. So yeah, today, thankfully, I didn't have to worry about that call because it was over in the chair to where I wouldn't be able to actually feel it.
Like for me, it was like,
or like hear like the vibrate on the phone would wake me up, and then I would hear the freaking Discord call music. We didn't have to worry about that.
But that was the thing. It was like half a second of the music and just the vibration. I thought it was a statement, then I didn't react for it, but I just shake the phone. I was like, I'm gonna sleep again. And then I couldn't fall asleep because like the moment I like when I know that I'm like have woken up, basically it's like I can just go up. But last few days, like I have had this thing in my head. I don't know if it's just in the head, but it's like I can't lay still. Like I'm moving unusual much when I'm sleeping right now. Or when I've tried to sleep or something, it's like the only way for me to sleep is trying to get my brain to shut down. It is shut down, but I'm trying to shut it down more. Like there's nothing. I'm not there dreaming. I'm just fucking trying to shut it down because I want to sleep. Like I'm not thinking at all. It's making me like I can't lay still by some reason. It's fucking weird.
I've never heard a thing called insomnia.
No, because
About that.
I mean, does that mean that I don't sleep?
That basically would mean that obviously insomnia is that it's harder to sleep. It depends
Yeah,
on
but
the
here's the thing.
variety,
I
it's like
am
either
sleep.
harder to
I have
or
sleep.
it's really
This is
impossible.
before I wake up. This is before I wake up. Like that's where the issue comes. Also, welcome American Noob to the stream, and welcome to the dumbest podcast you can ever be in.
That's not a very good way to sell a new person.
So,
Just
hi,
sell a
welcome to a
podcast.
podcast. This is the dumbest
Hi, welcome
podcast.
to the podcast. Would you like to stay? It's probably the worst one you've ever watched.
But you wanna stay? Oh, no, but here watch me play Pathologic and R6, so don't worry.
Oh, they're used to your stupidity. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm having a pretty rough time sleeping too. I mean, mostly because again, I freaking have. It's not that I'm having the worst time sleeping. I have the worst time waking up. I can't not sleep. It's really difficult. It's like it's not narcolepsy because obviously that is like falling asleep at random points and you have no real control, like depending on again variety. But it's more so it's just that I am always tired. There's never a time when I'm not tired anymore. I'm always sleeping, no matter what. I'll always be that because of how much I work now. Like I get home at like 6:40 or 6:50, then I stay up at least maybe to 7:30 or 8, and then I can't go to sleep until like 9. And it's just like always that. And I feel like I'm tired as hell as soon as I go to work. And any day I'm off, I sleep very long. I'll sometimes sleep till like 6 in the afternoon, or like 6 night, whatever, to 8. I think like Friday, I slept till 8. Like I woke up maybe once or twice, was like, I'm way too tired to get up right now. I just like, fall back asleep. Slept till 8 o'clock at night. I'm like,
was that?
God.
Did you do that yesterday? Really?
Friday.
Yeah, that was yesterday. What?
That's 2 days ago.
Wait.
Yesterday was Saturday.
Yeah, technically yes, but you know how we work. That would.
But I'm just saying. Anyway, Friday. Point is, yes, I did that. I slept until 8.
Huh. Yeah, I remember because I think you was up and was like, "What the fuck happened?" Like you were so fucking weird.
Yeah, I was just like, what the hell? It's 8 o'clock. Like, damn it. Like, I both am okay with that and hate that. I'm okay with it because I'm like, obviously my body needed the sleep, so it's better that I do that. And then 2 is I just slept I pretty much slept away my day. Like, that was my day off. And I just slept it away. Same thing gonna happen yesterday. Probably gonna happen again today when I go to sleep. It's just like, I'm gonna sleep away most of the day, and today's my last day off. So it's the last day. Then I have to go back to work for 2 more days. Then I'll be off for 2 days. Then I have to work a freaking weekend.
Yeah. Let's see if we're doing anything on Wednesday or not. Hopefully we get through that weird game we have that we need to fucking play.
Somebody keeps one.
Because I want to play that game because it's late there. You just like you start up. I'm starting up the Xbox and I'm saying the game. I'm like, Yeah, I wanna play that sometime, but I have to wait for next week because it's gonna be more fun if we both have the same reaction when we fucking play it. Like,
Yeah. I'm still probably just gonna make a video out of it, but
yeah.
again, I'll have to use OBS because whatever the hell happened to the Elgato software, I think I've tried talking to them about it before, but they haven't really said anything. I want to try it again at some point and be like, hey, what's happening here? It's that every video I make now, it corrupts. Which again, one of the main issues that I didn't think about before until we started the stream, graphic drivers. I don't update them on that computer. I probably need to. That'll probably help a lot.
Uh,
I don't update them, and they probably really need it.
oh,
So,
breakfast. I ate before the stream. I had a fucking sandwich.
I ate around when we started, and it was just a snack, like a very small snack.
Yeah.
I'm not really hungry, but I have the appetite. That's another thing that I kind of hate about lately. Like, with me working and everything, my stomach's kind of shrunk, and it's because I don't really eat like large foods or anything. I just eat like smaller stuff, little lunches or something. So, stomach's definitely shrunk, and I could basically eat something that I used to be able to eat just fine normally, and it's like I'm full. Like I don't want it anymore. I'm full.
So basically, you could
Or
buy
actually,
that.
it's not that I don't want it anymore. It's that I do want more, but I'm full. It's like, I feel full. I'm like, I can't, no, I can't have any more of this because I'm already full. Or it's like I'm not full at all, but I don't want it. Like my appetite just disappears. I don't know where it's like I'm eating something, and I don't know where it's just like, I don't really want anything anymore. I'm done. It's, meh.
Oh, so
It's
you
not that
can't
it's
eat
bad
that
food. It could be
large
really good food.
burger.
It's wow. It's not that it's bad food or anything. It'd be really good food. It's just that I don't really want anything to eat now. So
Here's
pretty
the weird
tough.
thing about me. I always have that weird appetite. Like, always. Like, when I took the medication for my ADHD, like, I knew the medication made me eat less. I knew that because it was one of the side effects of the medication. It was always gonna be. But even now, sometimes it's like I can eat. Yes, I'm still fucking hungry, but I'm like I don't want to eat because it's not the appetite is good. It's like I just don't want to eat.
Well, that is appetite. Appetite isn't like you being hungry. It's the thought of food. Like it's the something that you want. Basically, appetite is just like you wanting to eat or not.
Or you have this.
You know.
Have you have this like issue when you go out to the kitchen, like looking in the, like what do they have? What can I make? And then it's like I don't want anything right now. Like
Yeah, that's how I feel a lot of times. It's like beforehand, I would always like I had no problem eating cereal at any time of the day. I still don't really have a problem with it, but it's just like I go in there sometimes and I'm like, I really just want a meal. Like I really want something that's good. There's nothing I can get, and it kind of makes me wish I knew how to drive because at times I just feel like getting in a car, driving off somewhere, getting some food, and coming back.
haven't you heard about
Like I
a
really just want to do
bike?
that. Yeah, sir. I don't live in a very small town where anything's just like a mile or two away. It's many miles. 30.
Have you heard about a bike?
Again, I'm not gonna freaking pedal all the way there. That is a very long bike ride. That's like 2-hour bike ride.
Have you heard
from
about
here
a
to
electrical bike?
Same difference. Electrical bike just for lazy people.
So your point?
Again, it literally probably has the exact same speeds. It's just for a lazy person.
Yeah, it fits you. You're lazy.
I talk, buddy. You're the one who won't do anything.
Hey, this self-installation stuff has been very good for me. I've done it for like at least 10 years.
Yeah, you've had self-isolation for quite a while now. I mean, sure, I had it for about 2, almost 3 years. Then I got myself a job. You know what? I'm actually making pretty good money. So.
And then the virus
job I'm
came.
not really a big fan of. I mean, it's not really a job I'm a fan of. I don't like the job, but I get plenty of money out of it, so I'm still working it.
I totally should have just robbed the bank.
Again, not gonna happen. Not gonna rob a bank. Look at them, I did.
I ain't gonna fucking rob the bank, okay?
I
Stop
ain't gonna
asking me.
rob it.
Stop asking.
No bank robbing here. It's
I'm on.
and it's gonna trigger like the freaking terrible southern accent. I ain't
Also, I'm on season fucking 13 of Supernatural, and I'm like, why am I still watching this?
I haven't even made it that far.
Like, I'm on 13, I'm like, I already know how this is gonna end. One of these people is gonna fucking die. Someone is gonna fucking die, then someone else is gonna be like, then they're gonna come back in next season some fucking how. And the world is gonna end again. Like, can you like?
Yeah.
And I think it's season 15 is coming soon, and I'm like, can you give? And the issue is, I don't know.
Honestly, well, do you think they would have like, you know, whatever? You think they would have run out of ideas at this point because they've basically covered every mythology and every type of religion going through, and it's like, no, we still got some going. Like, how? Where are you pulling these ideas out of your ass?
No, they like they're recycling, but they just put a new twist on the recycling. They're like, we reuse the same idea, but the world go under, but in a different way.
Out of their ass. Because everything gets recycled into that. I don't know.
No, because at least that gets flushed down the toilet.
I mean, there's a lot of good TV shows that like really do good, but they always have something they can like run out of when it comes to ideas. Like there's always some way, somehow it's just randomly gonna happen, and that's a lot of shows.
Hey,
I mean, how?
What the fuck? That flickered. Now I'm definitely too much fucking. I'm starting to say fucking flickers of light. Supernatural's getting into my head.
Yeah, like look at Arrow, for example. I mean, how that was running out of ideas pretty quickly.
Yeah, but superhero shows in general, like superhero shows in general, have a tendency to be like, we could do this.
A lot of times they'll have those seasons where they just like they do terrible at, and then later they pick it up and they're doing pretty good at it again. I mean, that's kind of how Flash went, because it was doing great in the beginning, then it kind of got downhill, and then it started raising up, and now it's actually pretty good. Actually doing pretty nicely.
I'm not that big of a fan of Flash. The only reason I'm watching this fucking stuff is to fucking.
You are just not a big fan because of the anything dealing with time travel. You're always like, that's fucking
and well, also it's because Flash is like, he's like kind of boring. I prefer. That's why I prefer Arrow, because at least he doesn't have superpowers. He's just fucking good with.
That's the thing with him, though. I actually thought that show got kind of boring after a little while. I mean, I'd watch it because it still had some plot points that were okay, but it definitely got kind of boring for me.
Yeah, Arrow was like season 4, 4 or 5.
It's just like, woohoo! I'm a guy with a friggin' bow who apparently can't kill anyone now because I'm not a killer. Boohoo! Oh, well, look at that! All this other stuff happens. Like, you're just.
Batman doesn't kill either.
You're terrible. I'm just saying, it's really dumb.
But you shouldn't kill people, okay?
That's the thing. It's not that because he's not killing. I'm saying that it's boring.
You're boring.
The show in general got really boring after a while, because it's just like, you're not doing very good at making villains. You're not doing very good at getting good plot lines going. Everything is just going terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. I said this, like, after season 4 start to go downward for Arrow. Like,
4 was pretty bad. 5 had its moments for sure. 6, I don't know what the hell they were trying to do with 6. Like, it just.
What was it? Was that the one where they just like jump skipped through time. No, that was season 7. Like they skipped like for like the future and the fucking now, and you're like sitting like the
Nothing
fuck
six
is.
started that.
Was it season started? Yeah, that fucking messed with my head because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm like, can someone explain what's going on? Someone. No.
I don't know. I mean, there was
Gotcha.
that, and then 7. Well, actually, no. No, 7 started, I think. Oh, what the hell started?
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Whenever Elseworld was going on, I think that's.
I think that's
7.
6. Elder
No, I think that's
6, 7 was
Elseworld 7.
when he gets removed from the world, and 8 is when he comes back. Thing. I'm fucking confused.
Never.
The
No,
the
that's
the
still.
crisis is now.
Well,
Crisis.
that was the thing. That wasn't a crossover when he did that. That was just at the end. Still, I think it was in 7 was.
Yeah, but here was the thing.
Yeah.
Elseworld is based. The end of 7, I think, is based on Elseworld. That was the season before. Well, was it
No,
the
no,
same?
I'm saying no. Elseworld was the same season. It just later it happened.
So he dies in the same season that the Elseworld was in.
But he didn't die.
Well,
Not at that point, anyway. Spoiler alert for anyone watching or not. I mean, it's been a
Well,
few weeks.
I gotta
It's
say
just
this
December,
anyways.
so obviously
It's still
we
fucking
have
confusing,
to-
even if you don't, have not, even if you're not caught up.
It's not even that confusing for me. It's pretty simple to tell. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
but
trying
it's
to.
like,
This
but
is actually a point when I'm not trying to make fun of you, which is a goddamn shocker. But I'm just saying in general that honestly, when it comes down to it, there are some people who really cannot grasp some plot points, and it baffles me as to how they can't. Because I've seen
it's not
people
that I
get super
can't get the
confused about
plot.
something.
Here was the thing that was so confusing because there was no way to transcend. It was mostly the jump between the future and now that made me be like, what the fuck? Why do you have these scenes when it doesn't add anything?
I
Like,
don't know.
couldn't you just done the whole season like this and then be like, this is the future, and then be like, but this is what, or do like an episode each for like an episode like. This was just confusing. I was like sitting there be like, oh, this happened. Like, they basically did the same story in the future like they did in the past, and it's like, why this is confused? Why can't you just show one side? I don't care about the future. The future can go die. That what we're gonna do is.
I mean, before the show had flashbacks, so instead they switched to flash forwards.
It was not even
That's kind of the whole like secondary plot of every single Arrow episode was to have flashbacks. Then they ended them because they didn't have any more story to tell within them. So they started.
Yeah, that ended like season 5. That was like the last season. I think they had flashbacks. That season 6 has like had a few flashbacks, but that was not like big ones. That was like something more like that was for the time being. Yeah, I prefer DC super the Legends. At least they. Well, I mostly prefer Sarah. What is the other one?
What actually comes down to Legends, though, I mean, especially here lately, is the thing that they go extremely wacky. That is their thing. It's just anything that could be the weirdest, out of freaking nowhere thing they can do, they do it. Which honestly, I think is actually great because I mean, you gotta imagine how much fun they're actually having filming the thing.
I got the best thing is probably when they made because the Elseworld didn't include them, was it? Yeah, there was the Elseworld that wasn't the.
Yeah, it didn't include it because they were having their own crossover, as they say.
They made fun of it because
funny. They made fun of it. So it's like, oh damn, wait, we missed a crossover.
they're like,
that was a new one actually. They did that. They were just talking about like, oh, them. They were just having that crossover, whatever.
yeah, and then they did their own crossover thing where they just when they dressed up as Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl.
The thing is, like, this is actually just a quote that is a little bit of a spoiler of the new one of Crisis. It's
I
just of
need
what
to
they said.
watch. I have
Yeah.
fucking. I can
mean-
watch both Legends and Arrow, but the issue is the first episode of Legends is hour 5 or it's hour 4.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm like, can you just give me Flash, Batwoman, and fucking Supergirl so I can fucking finish this sometime this decennium?
You will this millennium, sure. This year, probably not. But the only thing I'm gonna say, it's just again, it's a quote, is basically they were talking about stuff that happened during Crisis, and they're just like, "Wait, we missed a crossover? What?" Like, "Oh wait, we missed a crossover moment? Damn!" Like, wow. The fact that they say that all the time, it's like, what is with these guys? Like, it just
Well,
they're
back
always
in
very thoughtful
midday,
on everything they say. This is great. I don't know. Anyway, to what I was going on about, just shows always getting boring. At the same time, when I was saying about people who don't grasp concepts, because like this is so confusing, it makes no sense, and I'm like, how doesn't it make sense? Like, it makes perfect sense, or at the very least, it makes a graspable sense.
or you have that show that's like makes sense, then they threw in something that's just like, wait, what does this have to? Wait, like, why did you throw this in? This doesn't do anything to the show. Like,
What really annoys me, really, is that when people are like that, they're like, "This makes no sense. Why did it end like this? Why did it do all that? Like, It's like, do you really need a definitive ending and all that other sense? Like, why can't you just have concept, like, inferable type of concept? Like, that's
I mean,
one good. It's actually a good thing to have in shows. Sometimes is like they leave the ending up to the viewer or the reader or whatever, if it's a book or whatever. Just like they leave it up to you to formulate your own idea of stuff that can happen. And honestly, it brings a bunch of different theories that really make it actually pretty great. That's how it becomes like a very good ending, is because you can think of many different ways that it could end, but you don't know how it could end. So it just constantly keeps going.
or do you do a
Constantly that way.
supernatural and just the same end in like 14 days on ends? And people still enjoy that show, and I'm like, I watched this just to fucking finish it. I don't really. I'm bored as fuck watching this, but I'm just watching it to finish it.
Yeah, then they just have shows that don't want to end. It's just like you have plenty of ways to end it. There are many shows that could have ended earlier, and I think it'd be perfectly okay to end it at that point. But like, no, we need to continue it. Like,
This is
what's
like,
actually happen at Arrow between Arrow season 3 and 4? It's like with Arrow season 3, it's like
was that the
they
one
made
with
a perfect
Slade?
ending.
Is that the Slade
No,
one?
that was the Roz one. No,
So
Roz
season
Nickel.
2 is Slade.
Yes.
Oh. That's like probably
Anyway.
one of my favorite seasons. Even third one is good, but Slade one is like amazing because
the third one, it's like they had a perfect ending for it, and basically 4 comes around. It's just like I don't really think they had any energy towards it. I didn't really put any towards it. It's just like,
that's the dark one, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean they kind of mention, yeah, dark is a lot. Dark exists, like that's the only thing we've ever known. It's like it's mentioned in season 3.
The third one, yeah, they mentioned him saying like, oh, he's like a very powerful enemy. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like it's a reference. It's not really a thing to go off about. It's just like, oh, it's a reference. And then like, hey, you know that person we referenced last time? We're gonna make him the main villain now.
Yeah, and then he's fucking main villain for like 3 different shows.
Which is something they did in Flash too. They also did in that show, which was you reference them, they become it.
I feel like
They actually did that every season. Every season they had that. It's just something you never really notice is that they reference it. Oop, yeah, they do reference a lot of stuff in shows like that. You got to pay attention about.
yeah, I stopped listening because Barry talks too much.
He's the main character. What do you expect? I'll say though, honestly, the best season, the first one, The Flash. It is the best.
Yeah,
season.
but you have a little bit of a fucking Eobard
honestly,
Thorn.
it's that thing. It's not really about him. It's it's the theme, like it's the overall theme between like Barry and like his character and interactions with everyone else. Like it is the perfect like way a show could go. Two comes around, which it still kind of has that theme in a sense. It's still there, but then three just loses it. Like three is kind of losing it like really badly.
Yeah,
Then he
is it
throws that
like
theme out the
3, 4, and
door, and
5
they
like
create a new
becoming more serious? Like it becomes
no,
more
no, no,
serious?
no, it's like three. Four was entirely not serious until later. I mean, it became kind of serious, but
Wait, was it
it's
season?
just like
Is
four
this?
was like the hilarity one. They want to put comedy and everything, which I'm not against.
Isn't
Because
that
I
the
did
one
love
with
the comedy
the
show.
guy in the chair? I don't remember
Yes,
his name. Yeah.
Devo.
And then season 5 was the one with Nora.
Yeah.
And
I like that
6
season.
I have not
Wasn't too bad.
seen yet because it's not out in either in America's Netflix or.
Because it's you. I'll just say that. That thing goes crazy.
Yeah. I'm mostly waiting for Batwoman to be released on Netflix because oh my god.
When it comes to Batwoman, I'll give like a non-spoiler review. I don't like it that much. I've watched maybe 3 or
Yeah,
4 episodes and I
but
stopped.
I have a
And
tendency to
I'm saying
like.
it when it comes to this. It's just that it felt like they were trying to pull another Arrow, but failed miserably. Like it
Why
just.
didn't they just go Batman style on it like they should have?
I mean, they kind of do, but it's like it fails. Like it doesn't work. It's all that. It's like they try different styles. They go like
But
in a way how Arrow is, which obviously Arrow is doing the Batman style because that is what it is. They basically turned Arrow, the comical relief guy who has nothing really serious going on, and turn him into a dark and brooding character. They turned him into a Batman type character.
I'm more
And
excited about fucking Smallville. I feel like that's the most interesting thing in Smallville because I wanna fucking see him.
I mean, go see it.
I mean in the Arrowverse also. I wanna see
Oh, you want to see
like that just because he's such.
that?
Yeah, I wanna see him, the classic Smallville, like kind of.
What is his name? Is that Tom Welling?
I
Know
don't
his name.
remember his name, but like, God,
Tom
that show was amazing. Like that was a show that could go for 11
I
seasons.
do love that scene in Crisis because that's when he shows up. It's in Crisis, but I mean, I love that scene. That's pretty good.
Was that not a show that did go like 11 seasons, or was it more, less?
10.
10. Like, yeah, that was a show that could go that long because they could at least do something about it. Because
That's the thing, though. When it came to Smallville, like it's the same thing that when it came down to it. I mean, the one thing I liked, Smallville contained everything within its own universe, but it took everything from DC. It's like all the different like type of villains that could be faced, all the different heroes that were put into place. They all were in there. So even Flash, which was it was the later Flash, not Barry, but Bart, or was it Wally? I remember it was one of the. I think it was Bart. But point is, had him, and then
it had Hawkman.
Yeah, it did have Hawkman. It had another Green Arrow, which
Was still Queen, but
tried to be comical. It tried to be comical, but at the same time, it's like he still tried a seriousness every time and then.
yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of his voice, like he tried. He's like, he talked normal, and it's just like, oh, don't talk all like, just shut up. And why is your outfit just sunglasses, like a hood and sunglasses? Like, could you not just make a mask?
Or you just do no. Do do Superman style. Put on glasses. Cause that's glamp.
Well, he did. He put on sunglasses.
Because that doesn't.
Like, there was a later. That's another thing in Smallville. In a later episode, they literally have it where he like goes to the future in a way and sees his future self and future Lois Lane and all that. And it just like he's walking around with no glasses on, and he's just like, "What are you doing? Put these on. Put these on." So no one recognizes. Like, what do you mean? Like, obviously, it shows he's Superman at that point, and it's just like, dear God, why? How did anyone fall for that? Especially him in that sense, or anyone else. How does anyone fall for just like, hey, it's like, take the glasses off. Oh God, it's Superman. Put it on. Oh no, it's just Clark Kent. Never mind. Same thing with Supergirl. It's like, oh hey, or even in the show Supergirl, it's like, put on the glasses, put the hair in a ponytail. Nope, you'll never notice it. Never notice. Even they sound the same. Like they you could talk to them on like a communicator on a phone. It's like, can you not tell the difference? Send them a flash.
Yeah, yeah, that's like
you'll have Barry talk to somebody, and then you'll have them like in person. And then later it's like, oh hey, I'm talking to the Flash over the comms. Like, do you not notice this? Like, can you not notice he's the same person?
I mean,
he could actually he could vibrate his voice to where it sounds different, but still.
Yeah, at least he can be different, but like then you have like again Clark or Kara, like
No,
wait, no, okay. This something no, no. Did you fix your hair?
I mean, also with Flash, you can vibrate like his face to where you can't actually see his eyes or his mouth area. So you can't really see anything around there to know like if they look the same.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, again, them, they hide nothing. Their face is out in the open. It's like, put on some glasses. Like, has anyone ever thought, hey, look, here's Supergirl. Let me Photoshop some glasses on. Oh my God, it's Kara Danvers. Like,
nope.
Same thing with Superman. Let me put some glasses on. Oh my God, it's
glasses. That just proves that millennials are fucking dumb.
Photoshop some glasses on top. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna put these little goofy glasses and then put some. It's like, wait a second, that guy looks familiar. Looks over, it's like, holy crap, same person. Like, Jesus. Of course, they could probably just be like, oh no, like a twin brother. It's like, so shouldn't he have powers then? It's like,
Well, isn't there some fucks in the fucking agent department that doesn't even know that Kara and Supergirl is the same person?
I don't know.
I feel it's like people like everyone seems so surprised that the Kara is like Supergirl. Yeah, and
it comes like the 4th season. I haven't even gotten done with that one yet.
Nor have I, because it's not coming. Wait, is that the one that's coming out?
The 5th one's the recent one.
Oh, so okay, I've seen 4.
The 4th one is that I haven't finished.
I'm
the 4th one,
still questioning everything about this.
Alien discrimination one.
Is that season 4?
Yeah, that's season 4. It's the discrimination one. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't finished that one yet. I'm like halfway through it, and I just stopped watching it. That was months ago. It's not that I don't want to watch it. It's just that I started watching other things, and I got interested in watching them, and I just haven't picked it back up. Which fun fact, I'm actually watching a show now, which some people think like, why the hell are you watching that? Like, funny references.
It seems familiar about you ending midway. It's not like you've done that before, like with games.
Like I was it's kind of funny though. Like I said, again, a show I'm watching, which is mainly for kids, but it's also for fans of the thing it's based on, which again, Sonic Boom. It's for fans of Sonic, and it just makes fun of itself a lot, and makes fun of like old stuff. But there's a quote in it that I'll say where it's just like what is like there was one quote that's saying something like they needed to stop like rehashing characters and recycling all these like same plot points and everything, and just everyone just looks around like all awkward, like just like starts whistling and everything. I'm like, yeah, they know yeah, Sonic people, they know. And then another quote where it's just like, oh, I love when like they're talking about some random game. They're just like, I love the 2D version of this game. It never really worked out in 3D. It didn't really get very good. Like the games were kind of terrible after that. It's like they're talking about the Sonic games. Good in 2D, turned 3D, and they started turning terrible. Making fun of everyone.
Yeah.
So fun show. Fun show. Sonic Boom game sucks, but fun show.
You suck.
But Sonic Boom game does suck. So does Forces. And I bought it.
I didn't even buy Forces. I got it for free.
I bought it because I wanted it, and also it was cheap. Even if a game does suck, I still want to play it. Why? Because why not? I want to make that opinion myself.
One day, guys, I'm gonna force this guy to play Fallout 76.
Except for that game. That's one game I don't want to play.
Yes, and I'm gonna force you to. because
Well, you have 7 games that you are freely allowed to force me into. Because
yeah,
I'm forcing you to
and
play
because of
7
that,
Halo games.
I'm thinking like, just because
Which
I
like,
gotta wanna
nice.
make you
If you
suffer.
play all the Halos, this technically means I get to force you into an 8th game because then I'm gonna force you to play Halo Infinite when it comes out.
I mean, that means that also you mean you give me an 8th game even. God.
Sure, that is 1 extra game.
Well, that
I
means that
would, like
I've.
I said, I would make you play the Halo Wars games because they're RTS and all that, but it's like, you don't really need to.
Hmm.
I'm not really trying to push that. So, like,
Are you
play
trying
them,
to
but
avoid
don't have
me
to.
forcing you to play too many games?
Well, that's the thing. We're kind of. I mean, it's kind of fair. I'm forcing you to play these games that you didn't really want to play. So go ahead.
And he knows that.
Diablo kind of doesn't count, but at the same time, it does. It's like it doesn't count because I do like Diablo, so really it wouldn't be much of a force. And 2, it's like
So
kind
what
of,
you?
at the same time, it's like, it's Diablo. I'm not really much of a big old
But
fan.
it's also like one of the few games. Like in hardcore, it's more fun. But like if you
Give
play
me beans. Awesome name, by the way. Thank you for the sparks.
Sparks, I like Sparks too. That's fucking.
That's what I'm mixing.
I don't know what the fuck that. No one, no, still we don't fucking know what they does. They just exist. Well, if you say that you like Diablo, then you could say. I'm still gonna play through a game of because I have already completed Diablo like a few fucking times. But I wanna play just
For the record, we're talking Diablo 3.
yeah, Diablo 3. I played Reaper of Souls now. I played.
Well,
I've only
I was gonna
played
say, did you
through.
have all the DLCs of it, but it wouldn't matter because I don't want to get the base game because
The Reaper of
PS4.
Souls is the whole game. That doesn't matter if you because the base game doesn't exist anymore.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I don't know if it would become that full thing or if technically it gives you the base game and the DLC at the same time. Like
You don't gonna get the Rise of the Necromancer, but you're gonna get the Act 5. You're gonna get Maphael.
Well, regardless,
That's the only
I'd
time.
be into it. Just at the same time, speaking of Blizzard games, I really want to play World of Warcraft on stream at some point. Just like it's not gonna be something I'll be playing a lot of. It's just I want to actually start up a new character on it, fully randomized, by the way, because I'm probably just gonna get like a number generator and just have it constantly randomize my stuff, or people can pick it for me if there's people in chat picking it. But
I can join you on that. I have the disc of
well, you don't need it anymore. You can just go to the launcher and install it from there.
Yeah, but then you have to buy it. But if I have the disc, I don't have to go to the.
No, you don't have to buy it. It's starter edition. It's for free.
Oh well,
starter edition unless you go up to 20.
But at least I have everything up to Legion.
We're talking about beans. I'm talking about you. When it comes to beans, though, we should really get the Life of Strange thing going. You know, Frank, his beans. Anyway, what was I yeah, World of Warcraft. Like I said, do you actually want to play that because it's been quite a while, and I do like the game.
I don't like it, but I wouldn't mind playing with someone to just mess around.
It's really part of like my childhood thing because I did play it as a kid and so did my dad and everything. Just like kind of got into it. And I never was one of those people who try to level up like crazy. Like I didn't go like super far up into 70 or like whatever the hell it is now in the hundreds. It was just like I don't do that.
I think it's like 115 or something.
But yeah, and obviously I think the furthest we could get is in the first game's storyline. And again, it only levels you up to 20. That's the highest you can get to at that time. Or during the starter. After that you have to, pay a subscription.
Yeah,
nice.
That's one of the reasons why I never got into World of Warcraft. Was like,
yeah, I hate subscription type of games. Like the games that absolutely require the subscription. There's a difference on some that are great. Like for example, the Xbox Game Pass makes sense because obviously I get plenty of games with it. That's different.
yeah, and
but a
like
pay to play type of thing where it's like you have to
if it
pay a subscription every month in order to actually play the game. Like I don't like that.
I would say if
I
they
want
give out every DLC and everything in the game for free, and you don't have to buy anything, and they say, yeah, you have to
I think
pay.
that's now, or no, not anymore.
No, I don't think they give out the DLC, like the expansions still cost, but like you can probably get the base game these days for free. But
No
it's
sense.
like,
Why would they have? I mean, they did it, and obviously I own 4 of them, but it just I don't understand the point of having a subscription-based game, but it also has expansions that you need to pay for. I mean, it's one thing if it's like low price, say like 20, $30, but if it goes up to 60 like it was, makes no sense. And I was in, actually, you know what? I have been in 2 midnight launches. One was for Wrath of the Lich King.
ugh.
That is the one I was in a midnight launch for. Like I was in a midnight launch for that expansion in order to get it. And the other one was obviously Battlefield 3, but that's another discussion. But seriously, like I don't understand that anyway. It's a lot of money. Having a subscription to something and then doing that. How much is this subscription actually? I'm not considering it, but I am curious.
He's
How
like
much does it cost?
$6. No, it's not $6. It's like, I think it's like $10 a month.
That's not too bad, especially for someone around like how much I make. But at the same time, I wouldn't really want it because I don't play it that much.
Yeah,
And also,
that's the
40
issue.
gigabytes of space.
I'm gonna say check here. World of Warcraft
Plus, they actually
subs,
do have World of Warcraft Classic, and that might be something I'd be interested in.
but you
Because
still have a
literally
subscription for it.
it does. But, you'll need to pay the $15 per month.
Yeah, that's the issue. It's like it's a too high of a price for an online game that I would rather play. If I wanted to play it, I would rather play it for free. Like a,
Wait, I think this was a while back. Hold on a minute. That was in 2019.
it's $12 right now.
Let me make sure of that. Yeah, so for 6 months,
No,
it's
that's
$12.99 per month.
it's
For
€12.99.
yeah, it's $12.99 per month for 6 months. For 3 months, it's $13.99 per month, and then 1 month is $14.99 per month. So basically, it's not actually that per month. It is per so often you get like a huge payment. So for example, this 6 months right now, it's like there's a 13% discount. It's $77.94 for one payment every 6 months. Technically, you do save money. Honestly.
110 is the highest level right now. I was off with 5 levels.
Yeah, I noticed. But it says right here the 6 months, like you save $24 per year, which is not a lot of money. If it's just that per year, it's like that's not that much money to me. Woohoo! I saved $24. What? I had to pay the 15 per month. But no, I wouldn't want it. What does it come with? Includes levels 1 through 110. Includes levels 1 through 60 in the World of Warcraft Classic. Classic system requirement. No. Includes access to World of Warcraft and World of Warcraft Classic. I think you still need to buy the other games, but the expansions. I don't know if it actually comes with them.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Point is, I do like the game. And back in the day, I would always like add mods to it because that'd be the best way to do it. Back in the day when it didn't have a quest tracker, you actually had to mod that into the game. You had to modify a quest tracker to show an arrow on the screen where you were going, because it wouldn't tell you where you're. Like it would show on the map where the mission was, but there was nothing telling you where to go. Like you just had to chart the map, chart the path yourself, and go. So it's like that's kind of annoying. So we had a mod in the tracker. But yeah.
Huh. Huh. Yeah, I've never been a big MMO fan in general, though. That's the issue with me. Like,
I mean, it really wasn't much of an MMO type of deal because really I never really. I mean, obviously I'd run into people, but it's just some of the stuff that it allowed to do, it was always nice. Mm. Plus, the soundtrack was really good. Love the soundtrack. I wish they would have made a better movie adaptation. For the longest time, it was always,
Oh
hey, we
god!
want a movie adaptation. But then they made Warcraft, and it's like, I mean, granted, it was a Warcraft, not the World of Warcraft story, but Warcraft, which was before it. It's like they didn't really do a very good job at adapting this. Like the games were way better in story. Great story.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
games. But yeah, when it comes to Diablo, I played it in the past. I played it on the 360.
I played it too. Like I
And
had it.
I rented the Reaper Souls or whatever.
I have the River Souls in a physical copy on PS3.
Yeah, it was a physical for 360. It was a rented copy because obviously I didn't really know if I'd like it. I mean, I was told it was good, but I'm like, okay, I'll rent it. And I played it. I'm like, oh, not too bad actually. I mean, it's kind of different, much different than Warcraft is in any way. I'm like, all right.
I kind of like the game because it's like it makes
It's
it
more
like
dungeon crawler than anything.
like it's one of those games that's like you're not forced to build your character as one way. Like you don't. There's not like a specific way you have to build a character for it to be perfectly good. You can build it a little bit how you want it. Like too many games these days, like if you don't build, if you're gonna play this type of character, you have to build it exactly like this. Like if you play this class, it has to be built like this. Like, but that's the thing with like, you have like the monk in Diablo is like, it's a tank damage dealer. You can build it like a fucking tank. You can build it as a healer, and you can build it like a damage dealer. I normally build it like a fucking damage dealing healer. Like, fuck, the monk is overpowered.
Yeah.
Yes, the characters has the idea of what they're meant to do, but like, God, you can make the barbarian fucking that is meant to be a more of a tank can be a fucking damage dealer if you want to.
Right. But yeah, that's another thing that has a starter edition on PC is Diablo.
I wanna buy the first Diablo so much because I want to actually play that one.
That's actually like I've seen it in stores and everything. The first Diablo. I'm like, I've considered it, but I'm like, eh. I probably should.
GOG has the fucking sale on it all the time. It's like $5, and I'm like, I wanna buy it, but you get the DLC, or you get the DLC also for it. That it had the Hellfire DLC it had.
I'm actually kind of curious on like the original Warcraft games because it's like
I have the third
it's a little
one.
different.
I have third with Frozen Throne.
But there are different types of games that I've actually wanted to try that are classical. I mean, I've played the original Fallouts too, like 1 and 2. Much
I'm
different.
not.
Much different.
I wanna try the original TES, the original Elder Scrolls, like Arena, Daggerfall, Morrowind. I can play.
When it comes to the first couple of Fallouts, those are abandonware, so actually those are free to grab. The first two.
Huh.
It's actually abandonware. Basically meaning obviously that the rights are abandoned. You can just grab it if you want. Pretty sure there is no such thing as piracy when it comes to those two, because it's just like it's available out there. It's abandoned. Have your fun. Like,
So if I download those from a website, they can't. Would be that much of care because there's like no one.
I think they're abandonware. You might have to look that up. I mean, I got it off of like a huge abandonware archive. Like just like a huge archive. It's like, oh, all these games are abandonware, and I have looked, and it's like, yeah, a lot of the games did check out as being that. So it's like, it's fun to grab.
Hmm.
Though I think you can still get them like on Steam or something, but no, those are like different versions in a sense. Like it's not. I don't know how to explain it. It's upgraded versions in a sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, A lot of classical games I would like to try that I never really got to. I actually want to try those RTS Star Wars games, like the Empire War or whatever. Like, I actually really want to try that.
It's like one of those like, oh god, like those old Star Wars games that is exists you wanna try. That you can buy on the PlayStation. I'm like, I have wanted to buy those. Those like
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 games, like I wanna do it, but also I don't wanna waste the money on them.
I really want to get Star Wars Bounty Hunter again because I love that game. There is a PS4 version that you could, but there was a limited like physical edition of the
Did
Star Wars Bounty Hunter for PS4, and I
uh
was like,
was it limited run that did that sale?
yeah. At the time, obviously, I had no like way of getting money. If I had a job at that point, I would have absolutely bought that because I'm like, that would be awesome to have.
Not only because it's a fucking, it's a Star Wars game, it's a physical fucking copy. Like
Yeah, you don't see those anymore.
I feel, yeah, and as we have said before, physical beats digital a
That's the thing
lot.
now. When it comes down to limited run games, they usually include manuals and everything. That's definitely something you don't see anymore. You do not see manuals
No,
for games
and that's
anymore.
fucking depressing. Like I have gotten games, like PlayStation 2 games or a PC game that has a fucking manual that's thicker than a fucking container that is in.
For example, in Halo, like for those games in the like at least the first two games, it had lore in the background. Like it would show a character info of like, oh hey, this is like the bit of the character would tell you a bit about them, or it'd be like, here are your enemies, here's about that, the weapons, the vehicles, it would show you everything. It's like that is great. I love that. And it was a very thick book, Halo 2's. Like it was like very thick manual. And I'm like, that is awesome. Nowadays, you got lucky. Before it was like this. It was like, oh hey, you get really good manuals that show you a lot about the game or can tell you how to beat the game in some cases. Even include cheat codes in some manuals. Then it lowered down to where just a lot of info. It was still pretty good. Then it got lowered down to like, oh hey, it's just a couple pages of whatever. Like here's your controls. Cool. Next, they did safety and health precaution. That's the only thing that was in the manual. It was like it was
It's not
literally
even the
just
fucking controls anymore.
there wasn't even like a page in there. It was literally just a one folded page that looked like it would be a manual. And you just open it up. It's like safety and health precaution. Like okay.
It's not even that, but it's just a fucking paper now. Where it says this has, and then if you get like a fucking a code for a DLC item, that's the like another item. And
That's really all you get anymore is like codes. You get a code that says this and that. Like all right.
and then you may get like a fucking thing about the like Square Enix has their website. They send in that in their games, like
They'll basically have like an advertisement in there.
hey,
Well,
log into this website to register your fucking game. Like
and some physical games have nothing. All you have is the disc. You have nothing else in there. It's just a blank case. Like
don't
that's
don't
how it is for
fuck
solo
you
Switch
pinging
games.
me.
That's upsetting. I mean, I bought the physical version of the Resident Evil collection, of the HD collection of both the first Resident Evil and Zero for Switch. It's just a cartridge. And the one thing I hate about those cases, it's a huge case, or not really, it's like a big kind of case that's like close to the PSP or PS Vita type cases. You open it up, it's a tiny, tiny little cartridge in a giant plastic case. Like, you just wasted a lot of plastic, man. But you know what? Fuck it. It is.
And you can't eat them.
Yeah, I haven't actually tried that. I haven't. The thing is, I have two cartridges. I have the Breath of the Wild one, which was pre-owned, and I'm not gonna do anything with that one because I'm like, this thing was pre-owned. I don't know whose tongue's been on this. And then I have the freaking Resident Evil one that was brand new, still wrapped in plastic. And I'm like, I could, but I don't want to.
But it's like, still, that idea that was a thing back in the
That was the thing, because before it was just Nintendo saying, hey, we put this coating on, so, if a baby tries to get a hold of it, they're not going to like it because it tastes pretty bitter. It's like, okay. And then everyone's like, I want to try this. Like, for some reason, I just want to put this cartridge in my mouth because, I'm a grown adult, and I just want to know what it tastes like. Bitter. Which, again, I wouldn't know because I haven't tried. And I don't think I want to try. I've thought about it. I thought about when I got that game, like, this was in, wrapping. No one else has touched this. It's not pre-owned. It's brand new. So it wouldn't be wrong to, but it also wouldn't be right. So no thanks. Just put it back in the case. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. I
But-
just don't want to taste.
Like, my issue is still, who got that fucking idea? It's like, we need to test this stuff to eat. Like,
Yeah.
not
Hard
the
to realize.
idea, like, just like, in general, like, that you should, like, the idea is not like, maybe I should try it. Like, it's like, we should test it. Like,
That's what everyone did. They all tested it like they needed to. And I'm like, I got mine. I'm like, I mean, obviously the fad was over. No one was doing it anymore. But, me just now owning a Switch for the first time, being in contact with an actual Switch and the cartridge for the first time. I've never seen a Switch cartridge before. And I'm just like, nah, no.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I have either yet. Like, I have seen online, but I'm not
When it
actually.
came down to actually having a Switch, it was maybe like sort of sometime around last year when it was the first time I ever actually was physically around a Switch to mess with, which was just like plugged up in a store because no one else actually had a kiosk with the Switch in it, or actually had like the kiosk with a full Switch out. They had it like docked and they had the controller sitting outside of it, so I couldn't actually mess with the Switch itself. But then they had the full thing just sitting there, and I'm like, ooh, full Switch. This is kind of nice. Then they had the light next to it, and I picked up the light. I'm like, this is too tiny. I don't like this. It's too tiny to play on.
You're tiny. But
Not very true.
with that said, it's 3 hour mark, and I feel like we start to just ramble on about random fucking shit. So I think it's time for us to end. Like,
Have you met us?
Met
We're
us?
like hell. Speaking of things that haven't finished, I'm gonna do this one last thing, then we'll go. Like before, we're talking about how I don't finish watching things, I don't finish playing games. I also don't finish reading. Because I have so many books I haven't read. That I've started. I started the freaking Jules Verne books because I have a freaking collection of all of, or like at least 7 or so in one book. It's like a huge book that collects like 7 or so books in it. I barely even got it started on the first one because I'm like, I don't really like this.
I
one.
need
could
to
skip
actually
ahead and watch
fucking
more.
download Assassin's Creed on my PC so I can actually finally finish the first Assassin's Creed. God fucking damn it.
No, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, there's that. Then I have 3 FMA light novels. I have 3 of them. There's 2 more out there that I need to get, but I have 3 of them. I've only read one. I've only read one of them. The other one, because it was like the first book. Like I had the first book and the 4th book, I think. And recently I got the 3rd book, so I'm like, I'll read the 3rd book first. So I'm like, I'll read it after I read the first one. So I'm in the middle of the 3rd one, then I stop. So I have 3 of those or at least 2 of those I need to read. Then I bought the freaking Ocarina of Time manga. I think I'm like halfway through that. I'm like in the future time now. And I'm like, I haven't really read much of that. Now the Phoenix Wright mangas, I've barely even started the first one. Like I'm doing terrible this year. And I'm reading some on my phone. I'm actually doing pretty good on the FMA manga, but
And this is why we always have issues ending, because, Nexus have
Well, I
issues
just wanted
ending
to
stuff.
I just want to mention it real quick because it got brought in my head because I was looking over the books. Anyways, back off to the ending thing. Yes, we will be ending now because we rambled too much, and this happens every single time. And also, it's not just me; it's him too. He does this a lot. I was like, oh wait, hold on, I forgot about this thing. I was like, this thing happened also. Now that we're talking about it, shut up. Okay, now this is the end. So make sure to go follow on all of our social media stuff. Most of it is in our descriptions on YouTube. So obviously you have our Twitch, our Twitter, our Mixers, our YouTubes, all that. It sounds weird for me to put an S at the end of everything. Then what else?
And follow us on Mixer, definitely, because
I just said that.
yeah, but mostly me, because I do lately I've been doing train sims. You don't do as much exclusive as I do.
Because I'm busy.
Well, not only that, it's more that also when you do stream, you often stream games that you do on all platforms.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah,
Because I have a freaking capture card that can capture anything.
yeah,
No.
but no,
So you have to use specifics.
yeah,
No, when it comes
and
to the Xbox, though, well, really anything. I have been thinking of doing Mixer exclusives quite a
yeah,
bit.
like we
Mostly
did,
games I'm already playing, and I'll just jump in the middle and start talking about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like us playing Forza, like we did another time. Like that was fun. That was the best thing. It was like he was like, "I'm not gonna stream, but I'm gonna join you," and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna stream this because we're probably gonna have fucking fun."
At that point, I was like, well, if you're gonna stream, might as well I stream it too, just to have like two, like two
Yeah,
views, two perspectives
2 morons driving.
on Mixer. Yeah, two more hours driving. That was terrible. That was completely exclusive too. It's not on YouTube or Twitch. It's nowhere now. I'm pretty sure the
Ah,
archive
it's
is
gone.
gone.
It's definitely gone.
It's gone. It
We
just
need
one
to
time
do
ago.
that again. We need to play some
I mean,
Forza someday.
there are some like Mixer exclusives that I would be doing that isn't fully going to be an exclusive. It would be like, I play it on there, and if it's really good, then I'll take it off and I'll go put it
Yeah.
on YouTube as an archive. But most of the time, it's just going to be
Yeah,
streamed once it's done.
I would say the only thing I'm gonna upload is but that's
You can
because
watch it on archives, but-
Nexus needs a fucking thing from that stream.
I told you to do it to every Halo. Like every Halo gameplay we did, go ahead and export it because there'd always be something worth watching on your end.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna upload. That's what well because the first one is already gone because also muted. Cause
well, also Twitch, and at the same time because my audio was not even in.
yeah, can we just put a Twitch fucking muted my video on because of the fucking music that was so fucking loud.
True, you can't change it. Cannot change the audio unless you're on the PC version of the game, which they're thinking to bring in PC settings down to console anyway. So we'll get to that. Anyways,
A little bit
onto other
fucking
points.
late about that now, boy.
We're doing. Dude, the game's from 2014, and they're trying their best, or not even before that. Anyway, it's from then, and they've been trying to upgrade it since, which is a very good thing that they're still working on the game because it is literally the best way of playing a Halo on there. 5? Go fuck yourself. Anyway.
Hey, be nice to 5. You should be nice.
5 was terrible. 5 was terrible. Everyone
Well,
agrees.
you were terrible. Everyone's terrible.
They're very good stuff, executed poorly. Now, as I've been trying to say, Mixers, not our Mixer stuff. We have exclusive stuff there, so you can go there if you want to.
Lately, I've been streaming Train Simulator.
Yeah, you go do that. I was gonna be streaming basically the end of me playing Doom, but I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Doom really is not a very good game to be streaming, in my opinion. I mean, a lot of people are doing it because it's a popular game now, especially with Doom Eternal. So they're playing that one on stream. I'm like, I don't really feel like it because to me, it's much more a better game just like, when it's silent because it's, I don't know, talk about it. I have nothing to talk about. I want to focus too much. Anyway, so not going to be doing that game, but I'll probably be doing some other games that I'm working on. So that'll be Mixer exclusive. And yeah, I just put in the Discord code in my stream for my chat. I'm on my chat thing. It only shows that it popped up on Twitch. So I don't know if YouTube viewers got it, but
yeah, I didn't see it on my side on YouTube. So yeah, am I a mod in your? Am I a mod on your YouTube channel? I don't think that.
It should be. I can't see the damn thing.
Yay! That's the only time you've actually no. Yeah, did you watch my Resident Evil 4 stream on YouTube? I think you watched a little bit. Now it's doing something. Are you having issues finding your Discord?
I was having issues clicking the button that switched chats.
Great, yeah.
Because there's like a box and everything sitting at that spot, so I can't actually see it. Anyway, so there you go, YouTube viewers. I really should have put on the Mixer too. Fuck.
Is it going well for your boy?
Nah, it's okay. You know what, Mixer people, it's somewhere. Okay, I mean, I'll get this going at some other point, but You can basically see on the screen, and I will freaking say the dang code. Capital 3MA, lowercase ZTC, capital D. Have fun with that. You didn't get that? Look at the archive later and keep rewinding until you figure it out. Anyway.
Confused and
So,
scared.
yeah. So, we get to the Discord server, and we talk quite a bit lately, mostly about stupid stuff. That's
And
nothing new.
bullying everyone.
Yes, that's the thing. Again, we will make fun of you because we expect you to make fun of us. That's
If
how
you
it
don't
is.
make fun of us, we're gonna make fun of you even more.
Mostly because you won't make fun of us, so therefore it's like we just see that as a challenge.
We just see us as easy. We just see someone we can kick on while they're laying down.
It's like, well, I don't want to make fun of you. You guys are great. Just like, no, you little suck.
Like,
No.
get over here.
Like, hey, it's like you are such a kiss ass. Anyway, so again, in the streams, there's the social stuff. Also, another thing to note is the audio version, which honestly, lately I've actually forgotten to. I was literally going to go and start uploading more episodes. I actually forgot. I just completely forgot since last episode when I said I was going to. I was just like, I'm too tired.
And that was 1.5
I will
weeks
get
ago.
around to it. I promise.
See,
I absolutely promise.
he would
I
never
will get
finish
around to
anything.
actually uploading it. Because right now, only the first episode is there. I will be adding the rest. I'm probably still going to add a few of those like little audio intros, but not to every episode. To maybe one or two more. And then like after that, it's done. I'm just going to upload them as is. Because at that point, it's just me trying to say real quick, hey, there was this little issue, or hey, whatever. Like, just
Don't be fucking offended by this show, because this is offensive.
That is definitely a precursor I would like to say. Just like, like, hey, it might be a little bit offensive here and there, but you know what? That's kind of how we roll. You don't like it?
It can be offensive.
Cool,
blame the Swede.
Cool podcast somewhere else. Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Like, because I'm probably the most offensive of us too.
Yeah, I mean, literally, as my description says, we talk nerd stuff and trash nearly everything that exists. Yeah. So, anyway, that's basically the end. So thank you very much for everyone coming to watch. Again, thank you for that host. What was your name again? I'm sorry. Give me a beans. Thank you. Also, thank you for all those sparks. And everyone else who jumped in. Thank you as well. That is it. So, if someone was smacking their lips, we will be ending.
No, I'm sucking on my bottle.
I doubt it. Now. So, thank you all for coming to watch. Later on, at some point, we'll probably Wednesday or something, we'll be streaming something else. Likely Destiny, maybe.
No.
Because we're kind of going back and forth.
No,
not exactly Wednesday, but Thursday maybe. Because we haven't played the freaking game that I got. Because oh my god.
Well, I was that or Monday. I said that Wednesday or Monday.